Welcome back to the Leetist podcast. I am Kenny. Once again, to my right, the Simon Phoenix to my John Spartan, Tim.
Oh, God, I know that one. John Spartan. Help me out.
Demolition Man.
Oh, God dang it. Yeah, that's right.
And to my left,
Yeah, that's it.
Edgar, friendly. Don't you have someone to kill? Ryan.
Kenny, on point again.
Yeah, no, it's excellent.
With your references here, man. Our entire podcast listeners are just all a Twitter about it.
Have
on
you
Twitter.
seen Demolition Man?
Okay, no lie. Like, I mix Demolition Man and I'm pretty
Judge
sure
Dredd?
Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Demolition Man's the conch shells, right?
Yes, Demolition Man is the three seashells.
All right, the three seashells. All right.
It's confusing because they both have Stallone and Rob Schneider.
How do you think that?
That's right. They do both have.
How do you
both
think
Stallone
that
and
went
Rob
down?
Schneider.
Like, they're like,
They clearly must have been buddies. You know,
like
yeah.
Stallone was like, I'm not gonna do it without my friend Bud. I'm not gonna do it.
We are a podcast that plays games about games.
Yes.
And you can send us your ideas for games and debate topics and trivia questions. TheLeetistPod at gmail.com, at TheLeetist on Twitter.
It's been fun, like, learning how to Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm definitely an old guy trying to figure out how to tweet every time I'm on there.
It's kind of funny because the whole gaming industry, and it seems like the western coast of the United States is way more into Twitter, and our side, like over here towards the east more, and definitely where we're in Tennessee, like people don't use Twitter much. They use Facebook way more.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is why we're happy to announce that we are moving to California.
We got that stamps.com dollar bill, y'all guys. I said it was going to happen.
Not actually yet, but maybe.
We'll get there. It's going to be amazing.
Brought to you by.
Well, today we have a couple games by Tim. He's the game guy today.
I am the game guy today. I worked really, really hard on it yesterday. I spent like hours, actually, yesterday working on games for today.
Nice.
So I'm excited.
We have the Smarter Than Elite Gamer classic trivia game and a brand new one yet to be titled, I suppose.
Exciting.
Oh, it's got a title, but I'm not going to
Exciting.
say what it is yet. I'm going to keep you in
Well,
suspense.
that's what I meant, yet to be revealed. And
It's going to be High-Low 2 Electric Boogaloo, right? God, please bring that game back.
Not high-low, it's in-out this time. So
my
we're going
God.
into a different dimension.
and the debate wars have cycled back to Tim and I, which will be heading off on a couple topics.
I'm not really on the spot today. I get like a lot of work to do.
I was
so.
thinking about that. I was like, yeah, man, I get to be the judge and kind of
do
like a
anything.
little bit of the fun games, but I'm not in the hot seat because I totally got demolished last time. So I am taking that.
True
You
that.
didn't get demolished. That was a very good debate.
That's true.
I just clearly won.
Yeah. The better man won. I see.
News of the week, the Nintendo OLED.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you were pretty disappointed by that, right?
I think I'm not alone there.
Okay.
With
okay.
Everyone, all the rumors and they were pretty trusted sources saying that it was going to be a 4K better processor thing that Nintendo's been working on.
Well, I guess they're not trusted sources anymore now,
yeah,
are they?
there goes that trust.
Maybe stop trusting those sources.
I mean, the fact of the matter is the Switch still has. Let's see here. So, when did the Switch come out? 2017, right? So we're at 4 years.
Correct. Yeah.
Of the Switch being out. What is the console life cycle these days? Maybe 6 years.
It's like 8 years. Am I wrong?
6, 8 years.
I'm just
maybe?
guessing.
But that's. I say. Switch Pro still going to happen,
usually,
but it's going
release
to
a new
be like
version
its
of it
own. It's like how the DS became the 3DS. I'm willing to bet that's what they're going to do when they go, okay, Switch
but I guess,
Pro.
in Nintendo's defense a little bit, there hasn't been a lot of precedence for them to release a new version of a system or console that's,
Yeah, but I just think about, I guess it's always been this way, the difference between them and the Xbox PlayStation side, because an Xbox Series S is $300.
Yeah.
A new Nintendo Switch OLED is $350.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
That's
but
crazy
I
to me.
cannot play
People are gonna
a
play it,
game
are gonna
on-
buy it.
I can't play a game on the go on my Xbox Series S.
That is
And
true.
it's not in glorious OLED. And I will say, because I do have an OLED TV, it legitimately does make the image quality so much better.
I also, things like games that are ported over to Switch that have kind of the mouse click kind of functionality is something that's unique to Switch compared to the other ones. I mean, you can use controllers, but I mean, to be able to just move your hand around like a mouse,
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty
Yeah,
pretty
they utilize that in some cool ways.
I think like we discussed about this before, because you guys primarily do docked version of this. And
Totally.
This is my bread and butter. It's like, I never want to dock this system. I want it to be out.
I could see that with the big screen kind of thing. Like,
exactly.
that would be exciting for you. I don't care. I'll be fine with what I have and keep it until the next generation, probably.
Sure.
Besides just buying new flipper thingers. What are those called?
The Joy-Cons.
Joy-Cons, yeah, because the drift problem that inevitably happens to every single parent.
Well, that gets fixed with the OLED version. So.
Oh, I'm sure.
You also get an Ethernet port.
That's what I was about to say. Can you believe it? An Ethernet port. Enhancements. We're in the future.
Yeah, we made it.
Yeah. I was actually kind of shocked they didn't have it on there in the first place, to be honest. Like, the first time I plugged the Switch in, I was like, why is there not an Ethernet port on this? This doesn't make any sense
I
to
actually haven't really experienced gaming on an OLED yet. There's so many goddamn things to 4K I've got. HDR I finally got on my TV in the living room. That's like there's 4K, you got the 4K, you got the HDR, you got the frame rate, and then OLED is something that I still haven't got to, like to see what the deal is with that.
I mean, like getting OLED really just is actually more about the coloring on and what the contrast can be on the television.
Isn't that kind of what HDR is as well?
Well, so like your lights and your darks in an OLED is just substantially different, because in a normal television, your blacks are lit. The lighting is lit on there, but with the OLED, it's just, hey, they shut off those portions of the lighting in the television, so it's completely black.
Sounds lit.
It's very lit. Very lit.
I just found a tick on my leg. So I'm going to throw that out real quick.
Okay, cool. Well,
Tim is going to throw out his tick.
All right, Tim is part of Tickgate.
What is on my news list? That The Last of Us TV series started filming this week in Canada.
Did it really?
Yes.
And so
that's exciting for me. That means they're filming in Canada. That's it. And they revealed that it's going to be 10 episodes.
Okay, not a movie, just
not
a
movie.
television
It's an
show.
HBO series. Yeah,
an HBO series, Last of Us. And is it going to follow the same kind of structure, or is it like taking the concept of Last of Us and applying it to something?
What they've said is they're following the story of the first game with some diversions for TV, the TV medium. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Pedro Pascal, the Mandalorian, and what's his name? Oberyn Martell from Game of Thrones is playing Joel. The little girl, Bear Island girl from Game of Thrones is playing Ellie. Liana Mormont.
Yeah, I know.
We wanted more Liana, so yeah.
The only one that's actually playing the voice actor from the game, oh my God, I'm going to blank on her name. I'm not going to remember, but she plays Marlene in the Last of Us game, and she's actually playing Marlene on the show too.
I know all these characters, all the hits.
Oh, Tim. Here's a news piece that I just came out today that I'm sure you don't know about yet. They just announced today that Assassin's Creed is going to go live service, big giant game with different worlds, different time periods, all in one game, make it a live service thing that keeps getting built on. And from what my friend just texted me, they're totally stopping the single-player games, I think.
So they've given up, right? Like, why do we even call it Assassin's Creed? Just get rid of the Assassins portion of it and go.
Just call it Creed.
Just call it. Just call it trekking around the world, and it's like just you going around the world, killing things in different.
That sounds kind of cool. Like, what are they expecting? Like MMO type?
I don't know.
Style Assassin's Creed?
Why not?
There's more assassins in this world now than actual people.
Does anyone even remember what the original premise of Assassin's Creed really is?
The Animus, the guy going back in his ancestors' memories. Ezio is the second game. The first one was Altair. And the dude Desmond.
So yes, the answer is one of us does remember.
One of us does remember.
I mean, that was very base level.
Never forget Assassin's Creed original.
But I don't know. That could be cool. They could do something neat with that. But I mean, there's nothing about.
It depends on how single player it is and how
Assassin's Creed, man. I go back. I look back in like with happiness and like good memories from Assassin's Creed. But it's always ever just Black Flag, and it has nothing to do with being an assassin. It's all about being a Creed. Or being in a boat.
A boat, yeah.
You never get to play as Apollo Creed, and it's just terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah,
no, but the boating and the pirating was my favorite part.
Yeah, I don't know.
By far. And I think it's mostly because of the shanties.
But it's their excuse to go like, okay, we want to make a pirate game now. Okay, we want to make a Valkyrie game, a Viking game. Like
They just call them all Assassin's Creed.
And they give the blanket Assassin's Creed kind of like moniker, but like at this point, I mean, like, does it really matter if it's Assassin's Creed or if they just call it like
That's true.
Odyssey or what was the latest one called? Assassin's Creed.
I like your idea of
Valhalla.
fighting around the world. I think that sounds fighting
Assassin's Creed fighting around the world.
Come on, Tiger.
It's just
Maybe you're right. Maybe that's why they're doing this, because they realize how ridiculous that is, and they'll just say, "This is Assassin's Creed forever now." And now, when we want to make this one of those games, we're going to call it something else. And it'll be a
I
different.
mean, because I don't know if they've dropped the animus, if they care about the animus anymore. Is there any do people really care when they're playing these games of going, oh, I can't wait to get into the part where I'm not being an assassin.
That stopped being fun a
and
couple
it
games
stops
ago.
being fun.
Do they still do that?
I think they do in very, very short segments.
Okay.
I think they did in Valhalla. I can't remember.
How about a skip button could save a lot of problems. With
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Just skip animus parts.
Like
It's
if you're not
I
going to
just
let us
wanna
cut
go.
all these scenes, just let us skip the scene
Uh,
instead.
last thing this week, the state of play for PlayStation is tomorrow. Well, everyone thought we were going to see Ragnarok because something was leaked saying we're definitely seeing this next few weeks. Apparently, we're totally not. It's going to be mostly focused on
What an
Deathloop.
emotional roller coaster this has been.
I've seen way enough of Deathloop already.
Seen way too much Deathloop.
For the people that have
It's
no
like it's never
clue
ending.
what you are talking about, so Deathloop, what's the general idea of this game?
Deathloop is from Arcane. I think it's the same Arcane that did Prey. Is that right? Or maybe,
Yes.
well, I think there's different sections of Arcane. There's
not the
Prey
one
and
that did,
Dishonored, right?
Dishonored,
I think it's the
right?
Dishonored team. Anyway,
Because they finished Dishonored
yeah,
too,
Prey,
so I guess
the Prey
they're like,
team
oh,
is
we need
doing
something
that
else.
Redfall game they just showed at Xbox. So
right.
yeah, Deathloop is a time loop game where you're like in these different time loop scenarios trying to assassinate these people. But I mean, I love Dishonored, the gameplay of it, and like I said, those two levels in Dishonored 2 are so freaking awesome. There's that one where there's this level in Dishonored 2 where you have this thing in your hand with a shard of glass sticking out of it. And when you're looking through the shard of glass, you're looking into the past. And then when you take it away from your face, you're in the future, in the same area, in this mansion. So you can like affect things that change, or you can hop yourself into the future or back to
cool
the past.
concept.
Yeah,
It's a really cool thing. And then the other really cool level in that one was the Clockwork Mansion, where the whole mansion folded apart and like the walls would turn and it would turn into like a different like room and than the floor.
Yeah,
and then,
like a moving.
and then you could get in between the walls and see how the whole thing is like built with the gears and this crazy.
What is this again?
Dishonored 2.
Dishonored.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dishonored is one of those series I feel like I should have always played, but I just was like,
I thought like you were talking about the Room VR. I don't know if you've had a chance to play that yet, but
there
you
you
can
go.
literally like you turn a key and the lock won't. So you like warp into the lock and you're able to like see what's
wow.
going on inside the lock and everything. Yeah.
And then,
That's whatever.
and then also, as you know, you can become a coffee cup and pray. But anyway, Deathloop.
That is true.
I definitely want to play Deathloop, but they just showed way too much of it, and I don't think they need a whole nother deep dive into it. They've showed it so many freaking times by now.
When's it supposed to come out?
September.
So more showcases.
Cool.
To
So
be
that's
had
all
for
you're
it.
expecting to see at this PlayStation thing? Is
Yeah, their
Deathloop
state
stuff?
of plays are usually like one and done.
They tell you what they said. It's going to focus on Deathloop and some indie stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, and I think they specifically said no God of War Horizon. Don't expect it.
Do not get your hopes up,
Yeah.
Huh.
but a special
God
guest
of War
may
Horizon.
be there. Kratos.
Well, that's really sad. But you know what? It's not like I have a PlayStation. Or do I?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Tim just got Ryan's PS5 today.
Mad props to Ryan. Thank you for bringing over that PS5.
Yes, we'll give you the trial run of the PS5. See what you think based on your experiences with, because you don't have a PS4. You do have a PS4.
I have PS4.
Okay,
yeah.
perfect.
Well, I gave it to a friend, but I've
There you
played
go.
a bunch of PS4 games.
Just to get experience and see what you think about it, because honestly, coming from like an angle of okay, I'm not really touching this PS5 right now, to a person that may just experience for the first time. I'm kind of curious. how
Yeah,
people
sure, for
feel
sure.
about it.
I'm worried though, from just the little experience I had playing with Kenny Sedan the time I came over to your house, that I have early onset arthritis because I had to turn down how tough the triggers were to pull on those controllers, man.
Yeah,
like
you can
can
and I
change that,
recommend you turn it off if you play if Kenny allows you to, if you want to hold on to Ratchet and Clank.
Oh no, you can give it to him. I don't mind.
Then turn that off for Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah,
because it is a lot of you have to hold down harder for like a more of a shot.
Isn't there something about that in Returnal?
In
as
Returnal,
well?
I think it's awesome because it's like you hold down a little bit halfway for your regular shot when you're the trigger, or like the left trigger, and then all the way for the special shot. And I don't think it's like that hard to press, but I think it works.
Sony
really well.
won't rest until everyone has arthritis. It's all good. We know what we've got.
What game are you going to play first?
Oh, I don't know. I've been in a rut with games, so probably whatever is the most get into it immediately and start playing. So I imagine Ratchet and Clank will probably be the first thing.
Returnal actually would be your more get into.
Doesn't
it
have a lot of like.
It literally starts you off like 10 seconds of a cutscene, and then you're in the game.
Because I feel like I've seen parts of it that were just drawn out cutscenes that maybe
or
like walking around.
You just happened to come to my house at that moment, but those don't happen very often at all.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the game just starts and you just like there's no. What's interesting about Returnal is like again like a roguelike structure. A lot of times they just go like go. Just enjoy and see what happens. So,
I'm okay with that. Yep. Yeah. That is exactly what I'd like to find out.
Yeah. So actually that segues into what we've been playing because I think you finished Ratchet and Clank and haven't given your thoughts on it.
So Kenny was kind enough to let me borrow Ratchet and Clank, and it was a fantastic game. It's a great showpiece for the PS5 graphically. It's super impressive what they can do with all the, like every time you're like, oh, it's going to lag or something because there's a billion things on screen. It doesn't even drop a frame. It's so weird because, coming from the old Nintendo, Super Nintendo days where there's like, oh, there's 5 things on the screen. This is going to really hurt. To like, oh, there's a billion things happening right now. Things are exploding. There are different colors. There's like lighting effects that are happening.
We're changing worlds completely.
And it's not at all missing a beat. And it is so impressive on a technical aspect, on a gameplay aspect, very Ratchet and Clank. If you've played Ratchet and Clank, there's really not much more I can say about the gameplay. It's like, it's not innovative. Innovative. I had a stroke. Innovative. Or it's basically just going around and shooting your guns and killing enemies, and the enemies are very easy, so it's kind of like one of these like, oh, I can breeze through this game, which I did. I breezed through it. I think it took me 10 hours.
Was there a difficulty setting on it?
I was on normal difficulty.
I played on hard, and it wasn't much different. I kind of felt the same way. But I always, maybe
that's just the thing about y'all's respective skill levels, isn't it?
I'll keep that in my back pocket for later.
I had mentioned before that I wished the puzzles were different and that the guns would interact with the puzzles. I also wished that the guns would interact with the enemies. So like there were different enemies that you had to pick the right gun for that enemy, which never happens in that game. You can do whatever anytime, you know what I mean? But, I think that would make the combat a little more interesting than just blasting everything with whatever you feel like grabbing.
And a lot of the weapons are just weapons. So if I remember from my previous Ratchet and Clank experience, like a lot of weapons would do weird, quirky stuff. Like there was a polymorph gun that would
the dancing gun, the disco gun.
Dancing and stuff. A lot of guns in this one are just guns. Like they shoot bullets or a little bouncy grenade or like they're like just
monsters start bleeding.
There's nothing. The only one that I saw that was kind of slightly unique was the topiary gun, which changes people into
plants.
Little plants.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Is that from a Ratchet and Clank game before?
Sounds pretty original to me.
But
pretty neat.
Other than that, there's not anything that's like,
really?
Oh wow, this is cool.
I think the guns are cool.
You guys really talking this up and making me want to play this.
No, I do think the guns are cool. I just think the progression of them is not that intriguing. I like progression in games. I like builds. I like stats. I think the stat points you put into the different guns don't feel like they do anything for me.
Well, there was there was a gun I unlocked near the end of the game. It's not spoilers because they're just guns, but it's like the black hole something or whatever. I'm like,
spoiler.
Oh, it's gonna launch but with the title, I'm like, oh, it's gonna launch black holes. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna suck people in. No, it's a glorified just machine gun, and it just like shoots rapidly, and that's it.
Yeah,
and they call it a black hole. It's like. I forget.
Maybe it's because when you shoot things with it, it leaves little black holes.
No.
I thought they had something to do with it. I can't remember, but I know you're going to like the game, Tim, because you love the last one. It's a really good game.
Yeah, it's
and you'll probably like it way more than we did if I know your taste.
I didn't, and I will say that it was a good game.
Yeah, it was a good game.
I think the story was, it was serviceable for.
The thing is like this conversation that you guys are having is probably longer than any conversation I've ever had about a Ratchet and Clank game. Because I go into Ratchet and Clank games the same way I go into like Destroy All Humans. Like I'm going on a romp, and then I'm going to be done, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like I expect it to be fun. I expect to shoot a bunch of things and do some platforming and some rail grinding, and then the game's going to end. And it's going to be that was a cool game.
You are going to get everything you are asking for.
And it's a visual spectacle.
Yeah, exactly. And maybe some comedy here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they try.
Anything else you've been playing besides that?
So I...
Sorry, and they tried.
That's a good way to end that one.
Insomniac is, God bless them, they try.
Yeah.
No, I think so. Other than that, I've actually started dabbling back because of what we were talking about prior to, like Metroid Dread. It got me really excited. So about like Metroid again. So I started playing Fusion again.
Oh yeah.
So I downloaded that and
on what?
On
Switch?
On a handheld device.
Oh.
Yeah. That's connected to my phone. It is a phone.
What are we talking about?
He's talking about doing illegal things.
No.
Downloading ROMs and emulators and playing them on his phones, you naughty boy.
Oh, on your phone is what
Why
you're
don't you
saying.
just torrent things while you're at it, you sinner?
Switch could get their act together and just give me a decent marketplace where I can purchase these Game Boy Advance games again, I would do it in a heartbeat. But I'm playing Metroid Fusion, and this is actually for the first time, so I'm like going through it, and it is cool. It is very interesting and different from Super Metroid, which is kind of my real understanding of the Metroid universe, more so than anything else, because I've never played Metroid Prime. So so Super Metroid's kind of been my like, this is kind of Metroid. This is what I know about. This one is more streamlined. Fusion is, you have like, I think it's 6 core reactors you have to go to and get all of those and limed, and then I assume you beat the game.
Okay.
But it's done in a way that it knows what it is, and it gives you that kind of Metroid portion of what I like about Metroidvanias, obviously, because it's Metroid, but it doesn't make me backtrack as much as I hate those games. Yeah. Because backtracking is the biggest problem.
Exploration stuff
that's
for me.
The thing. So yeah, some people love it.
Give me more items to find. I backtrack and then I'll accidentally like stumble upon an energy.
If it's about finding items, that's one thing. If it's about I have no idea where to go and now I'm backtracking and I'm trying. Oh, this little sliver of an open space in a column looks like it's a door I didn't.
Well, that's
go
why
through.
I liked about the Metroid 2 thing they put out on
DS, yeah,
3DS,
or 3DS,
yeah. Is that it had that little like sonar thing you could use that identified all the hidden blocks around the room kind of thing. It was like a way to find the secret paths and stuff like that prevented that sort of backtracking from being necessary.
I got really annoyed with that in Bloodstained because I really liked that game, but the not knowing where to go and running around the same rooms a bunch of times like really pissed me off.
How'd you feel about Hollow Knight?
I love Hollow Knight. Yeah, it's awesome.
And Hollow Knight doesn't hold your hand at all about where to go because there's no. If I remember correctly when I was playing it, there is no map that it's really.
I just want to clarify here. I mean, what did you think about Hollow Knight, the exploration,
I
the
think
backtracking necessity in that game?
I think I Googled a couple times to see where to go next.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I'll do that.
It's an interesting idea because some people, I guess, do like the backtracking element because you do find new stuff as you go back, especially when you have like, hey, I got this upgraded ability.
I mean, to an extent, you know what I mean? I don't want to do the same fucking thing every time I go through a level, you know what I mean? But if it happens every once in a while because I miss something or if I get like a new Metroidvania, get to a new area thing, and I've got to find my way back to where I saw that thing that one time.
That's why I don't mind doing that. Yeah,
that's the sweet spot when you're like, oh yeah, I remember that room. I needed a double jump. I didn't have a double jump. I have a double jump.
Yeah,
now. I'm gonna go to this.
Hey, more on that later.
That is so well done in the Batman games too. I fucking love that. Doing that in an open world.
Arkham
the
games?
Arkham games, because you unlock new stuff that lets you access new areas in an open world. I can't think of that many games that there probably are other games that do it, but I just think they do it so well in like the Metroidvania style in a big open world Batman.
Yeah.
God, I want another one of those.
About it, and I don't know.
It usually works really well with a 2D platform, kind of like those games do a really good job at. There is a memory game involved with those where you're like, okay, I got to remember that this is the blue key and I need a blue key. So I have to go back and find a blue key to be able to get access to wherever.
I really want a new Batman game. In between playing ESO.
Turok?
Yes.
Turok?
2.
There might be one where you
really?
get new abilities that take you to a new place.
I never played a Turok.
Or it might just be keys. I can't fucking remember.
He hunted dinosaurs. That's all you need to know.
In between playing ESO, I've been working on the Returnal Platinum and the Final Fantasy VII Remake Platinum. Because after finishing the Yuffie DLC, I kind of got into it again.
So there's nothing new that you've been jumping into, just perfecting the things you've already been in.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay,
And
fair
in
enough.
between ESO sessions.
Aye.
But man,
do you enjoy the platinum hunting? Do you enjoy?
I only do it for very specific games that I really, really like. And that's what I was about to go into is like, man, going for the Final Fantasy VII Remake Platinum and having to clear everything on hard makes me appreciate that game so much more. Because that game, the combat in the game is even more fun on hard because of how you have to optimize the materia for each battle, and it's like a puzzle in the game, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I fucking love it. I love that game.
Yeah, I think my biggest problem the biggest problem I had when it comes to the puzzling aspect of it is the only way besides having certain materia that fills up your AP gauge to be able to use abilities is you have to hit things to get it open, and that includes being able to use an item as well. You can't use an item without having anything in your AP gauge.
Let me tell you this. On hard mode, you can't use items at all.
That's right. And that's what they do. So they're like, okay, well, were you enjoying that?
Yeah,
okay,
you have to get like the chakra materia for self heals.
Yeah.
You get Aerith with the magnify. You get near the end of the game that does the heals, the AoE heal for everybody. So it's doable without
to give
items.
you that Knights of the Round mimic materia, just gooey feeling in the
I love
middle
it.
of your
And
stomach.
it does get a little bit annoying at the end game chapters of how much you have to optimize the materia because it gets pretty dang hard. But I'm enjoying it a lot.
And you beat it on harder, or you're going through?
I'm going through. You can go in any order of the chapters you want after you cleared the game once.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So I'm hopping to the end one sometimes and then back to the other ones, just what I feel like, which chapters I feel like doing. But yeah.
Crazy. I mean, that's cool. Rock and roll, man. I mean, if that's what you're into. I could never picture myself doing that. Not just with Final Fantasy VII. I mean, I couldn't picture myself doing that with any game.
Yeah.
Have you ever played a game? Maybe not even has a platinum.
No.
Not. Have you ever played a game, Tim? Dear
game?
God, man.
No.
Have you ever played a game and doesn't need to have been you've gotten all the achievements or you platinumed it, like a game that you got every single secret in the game and you were like, I fully beat this game. I got the final ending. It's a JRPG. I got the best ending. I got all of the secret items.
I probably did that with Final Fantasy VI back in the day.
Okay.
I know I beat Chrono Trigger. There's only so much you can. The completionism is not super difficult to accomplish in that one. And then the big one that comes to mind is Tenchu Stealth Assassins. I grandmastered
Let's
every
talk
level.
about Tenchu for a bit.
Yeah, I grandmastered every level on that when I was like 13 years old. It was like my first Leet gamer experience kind of thing was grandmastering all the Tenchu. But since adulthood, no, not really. I haven't really.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of.
Wait, Super Mario Odyssey, 880
yes,
moons.
you did that every
I've
single
done
one,
that.
yeah.
You did it.
I've done that twice.
Ooh, did you?
Hey, by the way, remember that factoid for later.
Did you find all the Koroks in Legend of Zelda?
Oh my God.
No, and then I read about what you get when you find all of them. You get a giant gold pile of shit. Yeah. That's your
all you
reward.
get.
That's literally Nintendo shitting on you for doing.
Wait, what is it?
It's a giant gold piece of shit.
No joke, is a giant golden turd.
Turd, yeah.
Is it called that? A turd?
No,
No,
it's
it's got
like
some
the-
cute name. It's got some cute kawaii name, but it's a giant gold
Does
turd.
it give you a stat
No,
thing?
no,
that's
nothing.
It's it.
In fact, those
how
things
many of
stop
those
boosting
things
you.
are there? There's like 800
900
plus
something.
that you got to find.
900
It only
something,
takes
pretty sure.
it takes something like 400 to get all the inventory thing maxed out.
That's true. Yeah.
So the rest of it is literally just jacking yourself off to this game to find the giant gold turd at the end of the rainbow.
Not to mention there are no trophy or achievement system on Switch, so
That's true.
It's just for the hell saying I did this, and
Just
you know
saying
you
I
did it.
Well, some people actually say that the giant golden turd is a secret reference to a Kojima game that may be coming out later in the future. And Kojima just programmed that into Breath of the Wild,
Yeah.
even though he never worked on it.
Could be. When I say that, I really do mean that it's only for select games that I do that. It's a very, very, very short list. It's
Yeah.
like Horizon, God of War, and now I'm going to do Returnal and Final Fantasy VII, and there's Bloodborne. That's it.
yeah.
That's the whole list. The games that I am like crazy, like in
As
love
far
with.
as like achievements go, like achievements, I've never done that. I've
Yeah.
never done platinum achievements on any game or whatever the Steam achievements. I think I might have gotten close in Fallout 4, but then they put all the DLCs out, and I was like, nah, fuck this, I'm done.
Dark Souls is one of my favorite games, and I've still never done it. And it seems too daunting.
I will say that Ratchet and Clank game, I think I moved like 3 steps and it gave me a freaking trophy. I'm
Yeah.
like, my God, this game is just very
First
giving.
steps, good
I
job.
accidentally got the platinum in Destiny without even trying, just because of how much I played that game.
To anyone in the history of
played that
gaming has
game too
gone
much.
like, oh, I accidentally got the platinum.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I think that's the only game
You
that
are
it's
one
happened with.
pathetic loser. No offense, though.
All right, Tim, what have you been playing?
Oh, Jesus. Speaking of pathetic loser,
World of Warcraft still?
I've been playing fucking
You've been
World-
doing it. Oh,
it's-
cool.
I don't want to be playing it anymore. Like, can I stop this?
Have you hit the threshold of like, am I having fun or am I doing this because the numbers are going
Well, here's
up?
the thing. Here's what I ran into is that I was leveling. I told you guys last week that I was trying to pick which tune I wanted to level
Yeah.
up or whatever. And I finally picked one. I was picked Torn Druid, which is what I did back in the day. It was my secondary. So now I'm doing it as my primary. And I got it to like level 25 and I was like, man, I know all these zones. I don't feel like doing this leveling shit.
Yeah.
So I paid for it.
Oh.
I got the level boost. I got the level boost and
I
got the
knew
level
that was
58,
coming.
but I was like an herb alch in it, and I wanted to like be ready to do the fun Outland stuff. So for the past couple of days, I've just been leveling my herb alch while watching Star Trek: The Next Generation because that's what I do.
Nice.
yeah.
And just getting that up to
Geek it
300
up,
so I
man.
can go to the Outland and just experience the Outland experience. And I
Are
think
you-
that's what I'm going to do is
And you're
see how the Outland treats me and see if that gets me back into it. But if I feel like that's work, I'm done. Yeah, I'm going to something else.
Have you gotten for your druid? Have you gotten all the shape shifting?
Yeah. Everything
So
with the bird form stuff that you get at 68 or whatever.
Okay. Because you don't just get them by leveling. You have to go to
this was back in the day when you don't get them by leveling. You've got to do all the quests for it.
I want to make sure it's the same thing. You have to go to like the certain area in a certain zone, and
Yeah.
you have to talk to the certain person, and they're
Oh, yeah.
like, "Oh, I'll teach you how to be a mantis."
But you have to go talk to this guy first. There's another type of server too that I've only ever talked to one person that's enjoyed this kind of service. RP servers on World of Warcraft that are specifically you have to RP your character while you're in there.
So, is someone modding if you're not?
yeah, basically,
RPing
yeah,
your
you can get reported for not RPing
This
your
guy
character.
is not being a Torn
Yeah.
and
They do that in GTA 5 as well. I
talking
think.
in Torn talk.
So besides World of Warcraft, which we'll talk about this next week.
Let's
see where
not
I'm
get
at
down the
this
WoW
point.
rabbit hole again.
I want to play. I want to play this PS5 stuff. I'm going to try that out, and then also I did install a couple of games that I very, very, very briefly started up, and one is definitely one I'm going to explore. One I haven't decided yet. I'll have to be in the mood for it, but. Jurassic World Evolution was $8, I think, on the Steam Summer Sale. So I picked it up and installed it, and it looks like the kind of game that I can enjoy. It's kind of like
Interesting.
Zoo
I
Tycoon,
100%
only with Jurassic
believe
Park.
that. I 100% believe that would.
And
be
the other
something
was
up your alley.
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So I jumped into
That's
that one
such an
and
old
said,
school game,
I am
yeah.
not right in the mood for this game right now, but I could see a time when I am. So I'll probably come back
I
to
played
it.
like 10, 15 hours of that, and it's pretty complicated. There's a lot to learn in that game.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay. So
the
far,
combat
it's been-
system's very involved too. It's really realistic. It's like I think they worked really hard at kind of pride
Yeah.
themselves on that.
That's what I read.
sword
That,
combat,
like, like clearly these guys were very interested in role playing
Yeah.
kind of thing.
shooting
like
a bow is hard as shit. Like,
Because I think that's what I chose, like speech and dexterity.
Nice.
That's where it's at. I'll
but
keep
yeah,
that in my back pocket.
Yeah,
Well, we will look forward to hearing your PS5 thoughts next week.
yeah. Definitely, I'll definitely hook that up and get that started. So I
I've
have
also-
something interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
When it comes to what have you been playing, Tim?
Not just wow.
Yeah.
I've also put a few hours into Dark Souls 2 in the last week, just because.
Just because you
Just
want to punish
'cause.
Of
yourself.
course you have.
Dark Souls 2 over just Dark Souls or Dark Souls 3, is that
Well,
your
yeah,
go-to?
because-
Is
no,
that
it's
your
not
like...
it's
Well, you know
not.
how some
man.
people like to watch TV shows while they fall asleep at night?
Some people
Kenny
like
likes
to
to play
be-
Dark Souls games.
Some people like to cut themselves before they go to night too. It's
No, the thing is, I've
it's like
played
Dark
one, I played
Souls
1 and 3
too.
so much because they're so good, and 2 is the one I played the least because it's not as good as the other two.
So that's what everyone says, and I played Dark Souls 2. I played actually with a friend of mine, because what we would do is go to those little, like you would summon them, and we went back and forth summoning each other to just walk through
Yeah.
the entire game. By the way, for the love of God, FromSoft, like
Which one are you talking about?
Dark Souls 2.
2 is I think 2 is the hardest one in my opinion.
I mean-
Some people would disagree with me. I think 2 was more made for co-op. Like
Well,
some of the
that's-
bosses are so hard you need help.
Well, so we were doing that and having a blast, and it's like, why the hell don't you just make this a freaking co-op game where I
Yeah.
can just have someone come in and just play the game? I get a lot of people are like, well, no, the point of the game is to blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I would enjoy the game more if I could have a friend permanently
Yeah,
in the game with me.
sure.
I don't care if someone wants to play it solo. That's fine. That's their
Looked
prerogative.
like Elden Ring was going to focus on that quite a bit.
No, I think they're doing the whole freaking seal thing too, where it's like, oh, I have to summon my friend, and then they're only there until I beat a boss, and then they're gone.
It could be. I don't know.
It's I don't get it. I don't get
Yeah,
that
it does
concept.
seem kind of silly that you have to have there's only limited resources that would let you play with a friend.
Yeah.
But Miyazaki did not work on 2. He he oversaw it a little bit, but he did not create that like the world and the whole thing in that game, and that's why it feels
really?
very inferior to the other two games. It's missing some special sauce of Miyazaki that is just not. The 1 and 3 are just so much better.
Yeah.
Level designs, boss designs, everything is just
Yeah.
okay.
Man, it's been a big news week. We've had like this is the first time we've had 3 things to talk about at the beginning of the
My
episode
God.
since like episode 1. And it's been
Crazy.
pretty slow in the news this week, but
Yeah, there's a lot of news. That Nintendo thing was a pretty big one.
pretty disappointment.
Nintendo really loves that whole, hey man, I'm not going to show up for E3, but on a random Tuesday morning, here you go.
Well, that reminds me. I wanted to ask you: do you think that there is a Nintendo 4K Switch Pro coming in the next couple of years?
No.
Yes.
Oh, you do.
I do. I think it's their new. It's again, like I said, how DS. Then you had your DSi. Then you had your DSi plus or your whatever, and then eventually they did 3DS. They're going to do the same thing with the Switch. Although Switch is a console, and I get that, they're going to do the same thing.
No, it's a good question. I mean, because this is the only one that's been a console and a handheld, so does it have
I
both
think
attributes in the same way?
They're following the same trend pattern. Consider this. All right. Consider this. Sorry, I got
Consider the lilies.
All right. So Game Boy. Game Boy Pocket came out right after.
Keep going.
Well, guess what? Switch had
Oh yeah. What did it
the
have?
Switch Lite.
Oh my god.
Yep.
All right. Here we go. Follow me down this rabbit
I'm getting
hole.
really turned on right now. How about
right.
you folks at home?
After Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy backlit, Game Boy Light, Switch OLED.
Did you guys ever have that super Game Boy attachment shit? That
And then
like
Kojima comes out. No,
Then Kojima goes, "I am Jesus."
the light on the Game Boy.
the light on the Game Boy with
I
little like
did.
extendable speakers and
I had
everything,
it,
and the
yeah.
joysticks
Oh,
that you
yeah.
can put on it. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I also had a Super Game Boy
Yeah, I did too.
where you could put it in the Super Nintendo.
just
Well, I
saying-
always liked the games that ended up coming out for like Game Boy Color. That when you plugged into the Super Game Boy, would automatically like shift to different colors, and it was able to handle like 8 bits
yeah.
of coloring.
I
instead
literally
of-
just got that to play Link's Awakening on my TV.
Really?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I love that
But
game.
I will say, if history is showing its trend pattern here, so we had the Game Boy Light and we have the Switch OLED. The next Game Boy that came out was the Game Boy Color, which was a drastic change.
So the next Switch,
Switch
they're going to put out
Color.
a Switch Color.
Actually, it will be Switch Black and White.
They're going actually back. Now.
They're going backwards.
The next Switch won't be a handheld.
Well, they need to get out of 1080p world eventually, right?
I don't think
For
they need
dock
to this
stuff.
year. I think we'll do it next.
I mean, like,
What are they putting out that needs
exactly
4K?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, but like, you're not lying. Nintendo doesn't put
They
out.
never did that. That was never their point or purpose. Was to put out
Exactly.
the greatest. They're innovative in different ways.
It's
and
like,
that's
I mean,
for better or worse. But
would it look better in 4K? Maybe. I mean, but like the fact of the matter is, Nintendo doesn't really put a lot of their game downloads aren't even that large for like what we find out last 10
to 15 gigs.
Yeah, it was 10 to 15 gigs for Breath of the Wild. You know, it's like they don't really need that. I mean, they're
still a fucking incredible
game. Their focus should never be about the visuals, although they do a great job with the visuals.
I'd like some distance rendering a little bit more in Switch. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't need it, but eventually when the gap gets to be so big between what the other guys are doing.
What gap?
Resolution
who's
gap.
complaining right now?
When was there not a gap?
Yeah,
exactly. No, I'm saying
sizable one.
There always will be. I'm not saying they're going to match them. I'm saying eventually there will be a gap they have to get
But I'm saying
to.
it didn't matter is what I'm saying. Like,
it doesn't matter. But you just said you think it's coming.
I think that a Switch Pro is coming?
Yeah, like a 4K.
But I think with better performance, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, I do think that's coming. I think that is like 2-3 years down the road. I think there's other factors in mind, like the chipset, this like really large chip shortage.
That's
right
actually
now,
what I read a couple people saying today, that they thought the reason they might have done this is because of the chip. They wanted to do the Pro thing, but this is what they had to settle for. Just the OLED
in all
screen
honesty, if you wanted, you could have converted you can convert your Switch to an OLED screen if you want to. You can like just install it yourself. But I think it's an interesting idea. I'm gonna get it because I'm an idiot. And
are you really?
$350.
Oh yes, because you like playing handheld.
I like playing in
so
handheld.
That totally makes sense.
Also, it's white and looks all slick and nice.
It does look pretty cool.
It's gonna look nice next to the PS5.
Next to the PS5,
it's gonna look nice next to
and the Series S.
Oh yeah, you're right.
All three of them, black and white.
God,
yeah.
I'm so white.
All right, guys, what do we do here on this podcast? We play games about games.
Yeah.
I believe that's what we do. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
That's the scoop.
We do. There's lots of games.
And our classic first game so far has always been, Are You Smarter Than Elite Gamer? That's it. Song's not that long. Okay.
I know, but I was trying to go for percussion this time because we always tend to go over the harmony or the melody of it.
I almost just like the idea of we just make our own tune every single time.
So I was trying to go percussion there. But anyways, I am in charge of the trivia this week. Yay!
Here we are.
Oh man, I've come up with some pretty good categories. Some stuff I put some time into, and some I haven't put any time into at all. So it's going to be a nice little mismatch.
Tim just did an Ace Ventura nod.
Okay, you can't see it at all, folks, but I did do it. Maybe when we move to video, you can see how much I move around like that. Alrighty then. I have some categories, some that are a little familiar, some that aren't familiar. And then I just made a random number of questions until I got bored writing questions in that category.
That's how we do it here at the Leetist podcast.
Please tell me we have cinnamon names.
Structure? What's that? No, you guys have done it already. You're the experts on those ones, so I'll let you guys do cinnamon names.
Synonyms.
We got a couple of different categories this time. One I've got is called blank of blank.
God of War.
Blank of blank, blank of blank. I'm going to give you an alliterative description of a game. So Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Alliterative. Same word sound at the beginning of each word. You tell me what the game is, and the answer is always blank of blank. Something of something.
Alliterative description.
Legend of Zelda.
I guess I'll see how that works. Sure.
Yeah, it'll all make sense.
Kenny, you take that first one.
The another category is I have sounds familiar. I'm going to name a licensed song and artist, and you got to tell me what game it's in.
Oh my god!
And then I got this one called "Put 'Em in Order," but it's kind of a boring name. But anyways, you guys specifically,
what do you do in that one?
This is the perfect category for you two because you two like to play games when they come out. Me, the listeners should know at this point I'm a patient gamer. It takes me a while for me to play a game, but you guys like to get them. So this will be a good test of your memory. I'm going to give you 3 games from a given year. The difficulty of the question is how far back in time the year is. You have to tell me the order that the games were released.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
cool.
I dig that.
So those are going to be rough, but I think you can do it.
I think we can do it.
So we have blank of blank, sounds familiar, and put them in order. I'm going to go with Kenny.
Okay. It was funny on the last podcast. I will let Ryan go first, and I could hear you. I didn't hear it while we were sitting at the table, but listening back to the edit, I heard you go, "Oh, we used to flip a coin. It's not
Remember when we used to flip a coin and things were fair?
Come to think of it, I might have a coin.
I cranked up the volume really loud on you right there. If you listen back to that on the last episode. Tim's getting a coin now.
For the audio listeners and only the audio listeners, he's searching.
I'm
for
not
a
complaining.
coin.
I mean, I'm going first. I'm just mentioning that was funny. You don't have to find a coin.
I have a porcelain lime, but I think that won't work. Okay,
Throw it on the ground and see how many pieces break.
We're going to go with Kenny this time. I'm going to go, you got blank of blank, sounds familiar, and put them in order. Which one?
I'm going to try put them in order.
Put them in order. Okay, so I'm just going to do these in order. Like, you can't say I want the hardest one first. You can do it on some other category some other time. For mine, you just get the first one. And the first one is 2020. Okay. Your games are Cyberpunk 2077, Last of Us Part 2, Ori and the Will of the Wisp. Put them in order.
I'm going to say Ori, Last of Us, Cyberpunk.
That is correct.
Yes.
Kenny with the start.
Yeah.
Well done,
Kind
buddy.
of a shot in the dark for Ori, but I was pretty confident.
That was good. That was really good. All right. So, Kenny already taking the lead.
I think I want to try the blank of blank just because I want to know what this is.
Of blank. Okay? So,
I'm taking a bullet for us, Kenny, all right?
we're proud of you, Ryan,
Here
for risking this.
Here
okay?
we go. I'm a risk taker.
A series. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
This is the first one. Series of samurai standoffs and stealthy strikes.
A series of samurais and stealthy strikes. And it's in the title has to be something of something.
Mm-hmm.
Samurai Legend of Shadows.
No, I'm sorry. Kenny, can you steal this one?
I think I can. Could it be Ghost of Tsushima?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Amazing.
Oh, I heard series like it was a series of games.
Did he say series?
No, I said a series of samurai standoffs and stealthy strikes.
Oh, that was the description. It was a series of standoffs.
I was thinking it was like a series of games with samurai standoffs.
All right, well, then I'll take that point away from Kenny because clearly I'm just kidding.
I'm just checking.
I'm just checking you off.
Look.
Kenny, it's your turn, buddy. What do you want to pick?
I'll do the one that hasn't been picked yet.
All right, sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar.
I'm going to name a licensed song and artist. You tell me what game it's in.
Okay.
Starts off pretty easy. Gets a little bit more difficult.
There you
Okay.
go.
Johnny Guitar by Peggy Lee.
Which one was it? Can I get it just by the series?
No.
Damn it.
This one has to be specifically from the game.
I'm going to say that was Fallout New Vegas.
That was Fallout New
Thank
Vegas.
you.
That
All
is
right.
correct. Oh, man.
Amazing.
Ryan getting panky-panked today.
Oh,
Buddy, come
I had
on. Time
no
to
clue what that was.
make like
All
some
right.
squashed tomatoes and catch up.
Give me another blank of blank.
Blank of blank.
Let's
okay.
keep this party train going.
Second blank of blank. A couple of characters collaborate to creep past creatures with cordyceps.
Oh, Last of Us?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Good job.
Amazing.
I'm on the board.
I haven't programmed our live sound effects yet. I'm going to have to do that for next time.
I'm going to ham up these alliterations a little bit more. Next time.
Cordyceps is, yeah, that's
a
what.
dead
yeah.
giveaway.
Yeah. They get harder too. All these get harder. So back to Kenny then. Which one do you want to do,
Let's
bud?
keep going on. Let's see what the harder blank and blanks are.
Blank of blank. Okay, number 3. Aggressive but aged axe wielder argues with angsty adolescent.
Oh, God of War.
That is correct.
Yay.
Amazing.
These are guys probably more fun for me to write than they are for you guys to feel challenged as gamers.
They're
but-
very entertaining.
Yeah. But yeah, we got Kenny with 4, Ryan with 1. Ryan, back to you, buddy.
Is there any more left of the? Of?
There are.
All right, we'll do it.
Want to do the
Let's
one?
do the next one because
Okay.
I just like the alliteration here.
They're fun to listen
Oh, yeah.
to.
We need a 40-minute alliteration game.
Number 4, sail the seas, steal stuff, and slash skellies.
Sea of Thieves.
That is correct.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Plus, like, you could just go through your eclectic mind of games.
Yeah,
And it's a
exactly.
little bit easier to narrow it down.
You guys are getting to the harder ones, though. So,
right.
you know, you've
Keep going, Kenny. Let's go.
All right, let's roll on it with it. The
All right, blank of
blanks.
blank. Next one. Okay. Eager elf-like exemplar eviscerates enemies and eats everything.
Well, here's my thought process. No, that's not an of game, so that's not right. Because in Divinity Original Sin 2, you can be an elf and they get
Can
powers
you
by eating
repeat
things.
that real quick?
Yeah, I sure can. Eager elf-like exemplar eviscerates enemies and eats everything.
I think I know.
Let me think.
Technically kind of a twofer.
Elf-like.
Oh,
Elf-like. It's not Shadow of Mordor, is it? He's not an elf. Okay, I'm wrong.
That's wrong. Okay. Ryan, you want to give it a shot?
Well, eats. That's the thing that's throwing me off. The elf-like and all that stuff, I was leaning towards Shadow Colossus because it's elf-like, defeats foes, and eats the shadows, actually. But that would be my answer.
Shadows of Colossus, is that what you said?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I was going for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on that one. Link always seemed pretty elf-like. He had the pointy ears a little bit. And
He's elf-like and he cooks and eats stuff.
Eats everything that he finds.
Yeah.
I was going for it.
I don't know why my mind immediately went to he was eviscerating the enemies and eating them.
Oh, I guess so.
Damn, okay.
That's why I thought
that was
of
an
Divinity.
oversight on my part.
Because in Divinity, the elf class actually can eat the
That's
corpses
true, yeah.
of the enemies.
Yeah. Fair enough, but no of.
I'll take that
so
point.
I can't give you a point for that. If it had an of in it, I might have given you a 0.5.
Yep, that's back to Ryan then.
We got back to Ryan. Yeah,
I'm gonna. Is there more of
there's
the
more. There's 3 more in this one.
Oh my god! Let's keep going.
Tough and tantalizing traveler takes treasures and traverses tons of traps.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Tough and tantalizing traveler takes treasures and traverses tons of traps.
Prince of Persia.
No, Kenny.
Uncharted of Uncharted. Hold on. That was a joke.
That wasn't my. I get a mulligan.
Well, that was obviously a joke because it's not enough game. I'm not going to get it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Giving up?
Yep.
All right, coward. It's Rise of Tomb Raider.
Oh, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
I was sort of maybe not.
You were on the
near
right track
park.
when you were like Uncharted of Uncharted. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on,
yeah,
search the memory banks.
Well,
Make
you
them
know
up.
why? I'm going to tell you why. Because I was thinking it was one word of one word.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not.
Okay.
One word of one word.
Oh, well, you're dumb.
It's not. You know, there's a couple of them that go a little bit.
Yes,
but it's definitely of
expand
something.
my mind. I get
All
it.
right,
I get
Kenny.
it.
We got 2 more in this category.
Let's
Keep
keep
going,
going. Let's
man.
run this thing
Okay.
out.
We're gonna run this down.
All right, this is a tough one. Beat 'em up pits a badass named Blaze and his buddies against a brainwashing baddie.
Just because I know this is a beat 'em up, I have no idea anything about this game. This has got a Streets of Rage.
That's right. Streets of Rage. You got it.
Yes.
You said Blaze, and I knew it too.
I had no idea the character last name was Blaze. It was a total
Dang it!
beat 'em up guess.
But
We got
the beat
one
'em up
more.
was a
Yeah, beat 'em
that
up.
was
I
a
figured,
giveaway.
but at the same time, you know, like I haven't heard you guys ever talk about that game before, so I wasn't sure. If
I never
that was,
played it.
Yeah.
I played it,
It's
yeah,
fun.
yeah.
It's especially fun to play with friends. We should all jump on a
Yeah,
system
that's a
for
good
that
one.
And play
It's
it.
on Xbox
I don't even
Game
know
Pass.
what beat 'em up game have I played. Do you know what's a beat 'em up that we've talked about?
Let's see the
Battletoads.
X-Men game, X-Men
Battletoads?
arcade game back at the skate parties.
Double
back in
Dragon is a beat 'em up, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, taking that last category, that sweet last.
the Ninja Turtles games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Turtles in
big
Time.
Yeah, those are big time ones. Okay, one more in this one. Ryan, you want it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Hyrule Heroine hops around hacking to harmonies and hymns.
What? Repeat.
Hyrule Heroine.
Hyrule. So Legend
Heroine.
of Zelda.
Hops around hacking to harmonies and hymns.
So I have to give the actual full title, right?
Yeah, get the name of this game that I'm talking about.
It's the
This is another twofer, actually.
well,
It's got 2 ofs in it.
Legend of
Want it one more time?
Legend of Zelda. It's that one that's the freaking Necro Dancer sequel.
Come on, out with it.
I don't remember the name.
I'm not gonna remember it either.
Yeah, it's. Can I get it just because I know it's the Necro Dancer?
You sure can. Hyrule Heroine hops around hacking to harmonies and hymns, right?
Legend of Zelda.
It's not Legend of Zelda.
So
whatever you're thinking the second part was, you'd be wrong.
is it Crypt of the Necro Dancer?
Part of it.
Uh,
But you can't remember the name of the game. Crypt of the Necrodancer is the second part of the title.
I give up.
Kenny, do you remember the first part?
I gave you so much here.
Technically a musical or rhythmic term.
is it something of seasons? Is that not right? No, musical term.
Dude, yeah, because
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. You either know this one or you don't.
I don't.
I own the game. I just can't
It
remember
is
it.
Cadence of
Cadence of Hyrule. God damn it.
Crypt of the Necro
There's
Dancer.
no way. There's
fun
no
game.
way.
Very fun game if you
Yeah.
like Crypt of the Necro Dancer.
Yeah,
games.
I do. And in fact, that was a fantastic with the like Legend of Zelda backdrop music for that. It was amazing.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember
Yep.
the name.
I might have been able to think of that if I sat here for like 5 minutes and racked my
believe in
brain.
So Ryan, that was your pick. Now you guys killed that category. Well
Yeah.
done. I guess you liked it.
Yeah, it was
So
good.
Man, to keep alliterations going.
so now we are left now at the other categories, the boring ones. Sounds familiar, and put them in order. Kenny, it is your turn.
Sounds familiar.
Sounds familiar. I don't know how this is pronounced, so I'm going to say the artist name, and I might screw it up. It's either Midge or Midgi, Yuri, U-R-E, version of The Man Who Sold the World.
Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain.
That's correct.
Amazing.
Good job.
And I love that version of that song.
Boy.
Ryan.
I'm gonna go with the Sword It.
Okay, put them in order.
Put 'em in order.
We're going down to 2019.
Okay.
Fire Emblem Three Houses,
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Resident Evil 2 remake. That came out in like February. And then Fire Emblem and then Star Wars.
Correct.
Amazing.
Good job.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Kenny, back to you.
Let's put them in order.
Put them in order. 2018. God of War, Celeste, Red Dead Redemption 2.
I know pretty much the exact months of Red Dead and God of War. When did was Celeste really early, like a January-ish game? I could be wrong about that.
Was it Kenny?
All right, I'm pretty sure God of War was April. So I'm gonna say Celeste, God of War, Red Dead.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That was
was
because
good.
I was going to go the other way if you didn't.
Yep. Okay. Ryan, back to you, buddy.
Yeah, let's sort it or
Sort it
organize
again.
it.
Let's go even further. Going back in time to 2017.
Okay.
Destiny 2,
Yep.
Horizon Zero Dawn, Breath of the Wild.
You jerk. Okay. They came out like the same month.
You say Destiny 2 was one of them?
Uh-huh.
That must have been an expansion, was it?
Aw, maybe.
Unless I'm an asshole, I think.
What an asshole.
Let's see. Destiny 2.
I think original Destiny 2 came out before.
According to Google, initial release date is 2017.
Oh,
Yeah, Destiny 2 came. Yeah, that was
Good thing you didn't get this one.
yeah. I guess Destiny and Destiny 2 kind of blend together for me.
Okay. So the only question I have is Destiny 2. I'm pretty sure it was Horizon Zero Dawn, Breath of the Wild, and then I'll say Destiny after that.
God damn, you got it.
Yep.
You guys are
Amazing.
good at this.
Destiny was
Okay,
September.
the only reason why I remember that is I actually played Horizon Zero Dawn waiting for Breath of the
Yeah.
Wild. I remember going, it comes out next week.
And Destiny 2 came out like right on my birthday, so
Yeah.
I would have got that one too.
Wow.
Oh, well, what?
I'm impressed.
Way to go, Kenny.
You guys are knocking this out.
Just so you know.
If y'all had given me this category, by the way, if you ever want to show favoritism, do this sometime when it's me, you know, because I'll totally fucking lose.
Yeah, this is perfect for guys
This is
that
blowing my
buy
mind.
games
That's
right when
okay,
they come
because
out.
that listen to it category, I will lose every single one. I have no idea.
You
any
might
of
get
these.
some. So I think we're back to Kenny, right? Yes.
Put them in order.
Put them in order. Going back in time
Stop
to
stealing my category.
2016. Dark Souls 3. Dishonored 2. Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Oh my god, this is gonna be fucked. Dark Souls 3 was that a March or April game? Maybe. I think it was. And then what was the other one? But instead of Pokemon,
There was Dark Souls 3, Dishonored 2,
Dishonored
and Pokemon
2.
Sun and Moon.
Dishonored 2 was. It sounds like an October-November game. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
Dark Souls, Pokemon, Dishonored 2. Damn it.
No, I'm pretty sure it was.
Ryan.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Dark Souls, Dishonored Pokemon.
That is
Because
correct.
Pokemon comes out in
amazing.
November, brah.
That is
Well, I
correct.
thought Dishonored came out in like late too.
Hot diggity damn, Ryan's catching up on you, Kenny. What are you going to do, buddy?
Well,
Ryan.
there's still the music category.
It's your turn.
I know. That's going to stay far away from that category. I'm going to keep with the Swordy.
You only have one more.
Well, I'm taking it.
All right, 2015, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Witcher 3, Fallout 4.
Right. Metal Gear's okay, Fallout 3. The Witcher came out in March, I believe, of that year. Witcher 3. So I would say Witcher 3. I think Metal Gear Solid 5. And then what was the other one?
Fallout 4.
I'm going to say Witcher. Metal Gear Solid and Witcher, Metal Gear Solid Fallout.
That's correct.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Man, I'm impressed
That's
with you guys
another one
on
I
this
know because Metal Gear came out also on my birthday. And also we had the whole thing about Fallout.
I remember
we got
us
the collector's
sitting-
editions, watching
Yeah.
the thing in November.
I
what was it,
remember
October, November?
because
Yeah.
Witcher 3 did come out in March, I'm pretty sure. I remember,
you're right,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember people
I only know
getting
that
so
because I
hyped
Googled it last night while I was making these
There you go.
questions.
I actually wouldn't have remembered the
You
Witcher
guys
one.
knocked that category out. Like, only one of you got one wrong, and the other picked it up, and you were only off by like one.
Because I don't know shit about Pokemon.
This is
that's why.
unfucking believable. I cannot believe how well you guys did on that one.
Yep, and now to lose at this
Okay,
next one
okay.
for me.
All right. So it is Kenny's turn.
Actually-
and there's
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I thought that was a
It
steal.
is Kenny's.
Kenny's turn. And I don't know how hard this one is, so I'm just going to give you guys this one and see what happens.
Oh, okay.
Is it
I thought you
for,
meant you were going to give me the
like,
point for
toss
free.
up to everyone, or
No, I'm going to give it to Kenny. See what happens.
Yeah.
there you go.
Far Away by Jose Gonzalez.
Far Away by Jose Gonzalez.
I listened to the only reason I think this one is semi either challenging or not challenging because I listened to the song and the title Far Away was repeated multiple times in the song. So
It immediately makes me think of that Fuel song, Far Away. I think
It's
that's Fall
not
Away,
that.
though. Yeah, Far Away. That just
Jesus
sounds
God
like
in heaven,
that
it's not
sounds
that.
like a random song that would be in what's this game I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Oh my God, I can't even think of the name of the game.
my god.
The game with the girl that takes the pictures and rewinds time.
Takes pictures of
Life is Strange. Damn it.
all right, Ryan.
Is that what Life is Strange is?
You never played that?
No.
Oh, it's really good.
And if this one is, if this one's going to be like a total stumper, then I apologize because it seemed like something that would be knowable, but
Can you give me the first two notes?
Aren't
of
you
this
winning?
song?
yeah, D flat, A.
That helps.
I have no idea. Far Away, Jose Gonzalez.
Far away. Bastion.
Should have saved it. Should have saved it. You're right. Should have saved it for the last one. That was Red Dead Redemption. That was a big song. When,
Really?
when he's riding his horse like super fast back from
I thought that was. Oh, okay.
the first Red Dead Redemption.
I thought you were going to give us a D'Angelo song from Red Dead.
No, that'd be too easy. That'd be I thought about putting that one on there, but that one actually, that wasn't an originally licensed song. That song was literally written for the game.
Yeah, I remember
So I
that
tried
song.
to keep those out.
I not played those.
Okay, so anyways, that was my little experiment, and now we're going on to the next one. Ryan,
Oh boy.
Paint It Black, The Rolling Stones.
Oh, Twisted Metal Black.
You thought you wouldn't get any in there. You got one.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
In fact, every time I hear that song, I think of that freaking game.
All right, Kenny.
Yep.
Don't Fear the Reaper, Blue Oyster Cult.
What the fuck game was that? It was in a game.
Yes, it was.
Oh, was it a different version?
No.
It wasn't.
I guarantee you it's probably a Metal Gear game of some sort.
Wasn't it? It was the original Blue Oyster Cult version.
Yes, it was.
I'm totally blanking on this.
Oh, boy. You're going to hate yourself.
Am I?
Yeah.
All right.
All the time is here. These don't
Maybe
fear
the
wind,
I don't know when we're
the
going to
sun,
get
or
called
the
on for
rain.
licensing issues.
Oh, yeah.
And now Kenny's completely.
Probably don't pay attention to songs enough in games, I guess. Is it?
This one was pretty unavoidable from my review.
Well, from that hint, it's not a random song on a GTA soundtrack then.
Correct. I avoided those too. I avoided the games that had them like as soundtracks or like on radio stations.
Not on a radio station.
Yeah,
All right.
these were just put into the games.
On the radio station.
I guess Johnny Guitar was
Did
kind
it
of
have the bridge in it? The do 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 part?
I don't remember.
I don't know. I'm not going to get it.
Hey, Ryan, do you think you know it?
No, I'm not.
Maybe Kenny would have better luck if he thought about it over a cup of coffee.
I don't.
Hot coffee, Grand Theft Auto. No,
That's right. It's the hot coffee mod. That's what happens when you're having sex in Grand Theft Auto. No, it is from Prey.
Oh, man. It's been so long. That was awesome, too. Man, I totally forgot about that.
Is that the original or the new one?
What?
Oh, the
Prey.
The original.
Oh, okay. The
one that was titled Prey.
There's two of them.
I don't fucking know.
2006 version or the... Okay, never mind. Probably the latest one that just came out.
Yeah, well, there's one more.
Were you playing as a Native
There's
American,
one more.
yes or no?
Get this, guys. You ready for this? There's one more. My last question, and you're dead even at 7
Oh,
points
my
each.
God.
Oh, man.
This question goes to Ryan.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
boy.
Ryan. Fortunate Son, Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Fortunate Son. I would just think Metal Gear Solid Sons of Patriots for...
No, I'm afraid that's wrong. Kenny, can you name the game that features two versions of the song Fortunate Son by Creedence Clearwater Revival?
I immediately think of helicopters in Call of Duty because of Forrest Gump, but I'm pretty sure it's not a Call of Duty. It's got to, or is it? That would be a toughie.
Then it would just be a matter of which one.
Fortunate Son.
Exciting radio.
This is good, yeah. Well,
Let's think
do
about
a
it
little
this way.
ASMR while he's
Let's
thinking.
think about it this way: is the word "son" a hint? Maybe that it's
No.
No hints.
well,
no hints.
Actually,
like the character is the son of someone.
Come on.
you know what? Yes, I think that does play a big role in it, to be honest. In a way.
Well, if that's the case, I'm going to say it's not a Call of Duty game because you wouldn't know shit about any Call of Duty game.
You don't know me. He's right, folks.
For the love of God, no hints. Please give this to me. We have to have a tiebreaker of
There's
some
going to have
sort.
to be a tiebreaker. I'm going to have to think of a tiebreaker.
There's got to
no,
be an
pull
alliteration
up-
one too.
Pull up a game in your Steam library, and we have to guess closest to the pin how many hours you've played of that game.
Well, that's perfect.
Find a random game.
My God.
Two versions of Fortunate Son. Nah, I'm not going to remember. I don't pay enough attention to
Plus,
soundtracks.
I like this closest to the pin option that we may do.
Unless it's a really awesome story that I like, I play games with the volume down a lot and watching TV.
Yes, me and Kenny call ourselves podcast gamers. We listen to podcasts
Yeah,
or music
that's
while we're
absolutely
playing
what I do,
games.
So are you giving up?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That's from Bioshock Infinite.
Oh.
2 times it's played. The original version is played when a rift is open, and you briefly hear the original version of the song.
Oh.
Another time you hear the song just being sung a cappella by one of the kids in the
Because
street.
I remember the Beach Boys song.
Yeah, God
The,
only
God
knows.
That one was too easy. So
Yeah, I
for
guess
the
so.
harder one,
Actually,
I chose.
no, that
but there
would've-
was a
yeah.
young impoverished woman who was singing the song while the streets were being bombarded.
You're
So,
right.
That was a really cool
God,
game.
I haven't played that game since it first came out.
I
It's a
mean,
great
that was a
game.
cool game.
I played it twice.
The
yeah.
ending was a little meh for me, but
Well,
sure.
they have to have their Shyamalanian twists in every
Yeah.
one of those things.
Oh my God, you guys need a tiebreaker.
All right, what's our tiebreaker?
So we're just
Tim?
going to go with my top played game of all time. And you have to get closest to the bell on this one. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. And I don't know if it's necessarily I've played this game for that long or if I just had it open
just
while
whatever
I
your
fell
Steam
asleep or something like
library
that.
is saying. How many hours?
Yeah, this one is.
Don't you look this up?
You know
No,
what?
I was going to type my answer so we didn't
what?
have to say it after each other.
I feel like I'm going to take this one back because Elder Scrolls V. I think there's a good likelihood that at some point I just left the game open
yeah.
and it popped on several hours, and I did that multiple times. But this one, I know my second place one is definitely ones that I've had actually playing the game.
So is the Elder Scrolls like 2000?
No,
Oh, was it like
I'll tell you that was significantly less than that.
Okay.
So, how about Sid Meier's Civilization 5?
5. Okay.
So do you want us to just say them?
Type our answer and show it to
Yeah,
you.
type the answer, and then I'll read them both off.
Okay.
So, I'll do some more ASMR. Well,
Oh boy, Tim's gaming habits.
Yeah, Tim's gaming habits.
Okay.
Okay, so Kenny's got his written down.
Mine is in the search bar.
Kenny definitely wins. He chose
Yeah!
305. The answer is 362.
Jeez, man.
I play a lot of Civ 5.
What'd you guess?
120.
Oh,
Yeah.
305.
So Kenny, you are the winner after the bonus on that one of tonight's
you know what,
trivia.
though?
I know my Tim.
That was a.
We'll see.
I'd like to say
We'll
that
see.
I came back swinging a bit. Though.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
That was good. Oh, so that was my trivia for the night. I hope everybody enjoyed.
Now I'm second guessing myself about Don't Fear the Reaper and Prey because there's like a tiny memory in my brain of like, oh, a really awesome sequence with Don't Fear the Reaper.
So there was
but
like
now I'm wondering if
like
it was in the original game and I totally made that up in my head.
There was the scene. I think it's like in a bar when the TV goes to the emergency
Dude,
broadcast.
that's the original game.
That's the original?
That's the
Okay.
original
So that's the
game.
original.
So I must have just watched that somewhere on the original because I never
Yeah.
played the original Prey. I've only watched some of it.
The
Yeah.
original Prey is so good.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was an original.
Yep.
Prey,
One
so
you
that's
played
great.
as a Native American that gets put on a alien spacecraft, and the
They
other
have the
one
exact
you're just
same
like-
name, but they're completely like
Yeah.
different plots. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I really got you guys with that one. That was a real humdinger.
That's a good one though. That was good.
Oh man. Well, now we're gonna have to like really bullshit one another because I think it's time.
Oh, to slap a debate.
See, that's how I was trying to put the guitar on top of the bass that's going to come
Yeah.
up.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to keep on working that angle.
There you
Oh, that's a
go.
good idea.
Yeah.
I can move the edit around so that happens. Too.
It's going to sound amazing, too.
Yeah, we have some pretty interesting topics today. Pretty funny ones, actually.
Well,
Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see what happens when we scrape barrels, which we're apparently already doing, which should be more incentive. Send us your debate ideas.
Yeah, we could use more ideas. I think
There's a million of them.
There's
but
a million ideas.
we
to
have
do.
a gigantic text thread
Yeah.
of just nothing but like, oh my
Ideas,
god,
debate
I'm
topics.
just spitballing a billion ideas.
Sometimes
However,
they get a little esoteric, which you'll find out tonight.
However, sometimes they do land on these kind of questions. So we have our two titans here. Tim and Kenny are going to be competing, and I'm going to be the judge of this slap of debate.
Did you write down the debates?
I know what they are.
Okay.
I have a memory of
I have
remembering.
a memory.
I have it written down here, so if you have any...
So we're going to start. Do we want to go
start with
and-
one and then do another one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
So this debate is actually quite comical because we started the debate saying, what is the worst Doom Eternal weapon? They both gave the same frickin' answer.
Microwave beam. Yeah.
Microwave beam on the
Plasma rifle.
Yep.
I mean, obviously.
So
You're talking about besides the pistol, right?
Yeah,
besides
besides
the
we
pistol.
eliminated the pistol first, then we eliminated the
See, I
plasma
feel
rifle with the
like
microwave
if it's
beam.
like a sidearm or something like that, I wouldn't count that
Sure,
as like
sure.
anything. All right, so we have to go to the second worst weapon in Doom Eternal. And they both said the same. No, I'm just
No,
playing.
here's
This
the thing.
time they
No,
got it right.
The official title is the second worst weapon plus attachment in Doom Eternal minus the pistol. That's the name of
I
this
think
debate.
I put fully modded in there, too.
Sure.
I think that was in it as well.
Whatever you guys want to call it.
So this is going to be the title of the episode, too. This is specifically second worst fully modded Doom Eternal gun plus attachment besides pistol.
There you go.
There we go. And that's what we're going to argue over right now. It's going to be great.
I think that's legit.
I don't think we're going to need the normal 10 minutes to discuss this one, though.
I don't think this one is making it in the title.
So
but
I
we'll
called
see.
one of these of our two dainty debates.
Dainty debates.
Yeah.
So
Diminutive debates.
So,
Dimin-
in this kind of debate, I'm not sure I'm going to need a full minute at open, but we'll see.
do we want to just do we want to go like just crazy? You guys just argue both sides real quick.
We can
and
still
then-
have opening remarks. They just might be short.
All
I
right,
don't know.
so we won't care about time.
Okay.
All right.
$2.99.
So why don't we start with Kenny?
Okay.
Kenny, when you're ready, what is the second? Oh my God, I can't say it. Just tell me which gun you hate.
Yeah, which gun?
Okay. The second worst gun in Doom Eternal, besides the the pistol and the plasma. Well, it is already a second.
The
Whatever.
microwave beam, yeah.
From everything we just said, my choice is the combat shotgun with the full auto mod.
Full auto mod.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
First of all, why are you going to use a combat shot when you got the super shotgun? The super shotgun is a fucking beast. It's one of the most awesome shotguns in any game ever. It's got the chain thing. You can chain yourself to people. Am I wrong that they use the same ammo, combat shotgun?
They do use
use the same ammo. So why am I going to use this shotgun? If I am going to use the combat shotgun, the sticky bombs are awesome.
Sure.
They do a bunch of damage. If you're going to a full auto weapon, you're going to use the chain gun. So, I mean, there's no use for me with this damn combat shotgun with this stupid full auto attachment. The super shotgun is just a beast. There's no reason to use it. That's my short intro. That's it.
Okay. I disagree.
I disagree.
I think that the energy shield chain gun is one of the most worthless guns in Doom Eternal. And here's why. There's a couple of reasons why. One of the big reasons why is if you are using a shield in Doom Eternal, you need to get good, okay? Because you've clearly got a problem playing this game. You don't need an energy shield. You just need to keep moving, okay? Another thing, if you're trying to switch, and I'm a PC player, this is specifically coming from a PC player, you got to reach all the way over to like number 7 and switch the mod in order to get into this like ability that is clearly like an inferior version of the Sentinel, the other version of the chain gun, where you just do a shit ton more damage. It's just massively better. So you have to first reach across the entire keyboard to equip this weapon and fuck up accidentally and press R to change the mod on it in order to bring up this worthless weapon. Because you're just letting people shoot a shield. Why not just run a little bit? So that's my intro.
Okay, well, I'll take this one at a time here. First of all, reaching across the keyboard. Obviously, you're not a Leet gamer and have an MMO mouse with the buttons on the side, so you don't need to fuck with all that, okay? Secondly, obviously, you're not a Leet gamer because you have not used the shield on the chain gun in Ultra Nightmare mode difficulty. Because when you're playing that difficulty, that shield is a fucking beast. Especially when you get the mastery down, you run them, you can get right up in the Marauders' faces and the Pinkies' faces. The mastery makes it so you do enough damage with the chain gun and the shield up, and it shoots it out and does a shitload of damage. It kills those guys real quick.
Here's what I'm hearing. You can't do Ultra Nightmare without a shield. That's what I'm hearing right now.
That is not true. I'm just saying.
Tim, can you confirm real quick? Have you played Ultra Nightmare?
I haven't beaten Ultra Nightmare, but I've played Ultra Nightmare. Well, I've played Nightmare. I haven't played Ultra Nightmare.
Gotcha.
Well, maybe you could beat it if you use the shield.
No, but I'll give you that. I'm not the type of League gamer that uses the things on the mouse. But generally, when I play, I do the quick rotation so fast that it's always in between the super shotgun, the rifle with the crosshair, like the quick scoping, and the rocket launcher. Yeah, those three. I generally switch between those three when I'm doing my full rotation of it. I would dare I say when I'm actually like in the zone, the chain gun slows me down. Okay, so anyways, you've done enough attacking my chain gun. Let me go after your gun real quick. Now I agree this is not the best gun in the game, okay? For the most part, shooting those little one-time rockets is way better because you can disable your enemies pretty quick with it. But you can also do the same thing with the what's it called? What's your modded version called?
It's called the full auto.
The full auto.
Combat
The full auto can also do damage to those like accessories, but the thing is the difference between that and the super shotgun is it can do it at a greater distance. For one, it can do it at a greater distance. And also it can be done a lot easier while strafing and running. So you can continue to move and like run backwards and keep doing hops with that full auto and still do damage to like vulnerable parts of enemies.
Do you have a main setup in Doom Eternal? And if so, do you have main mods that you keep on by default? Do you keep on the sticky bombs or the full auto on the combat shotgun?
Generally, I don't use... If I do anything, it's the sticky bombs, and that's almost always... No, actually, come to think of it, by the time I've unlocked, and I'm going with the assault rifle... I think it's the assault rifle, right? With the scope.
Okay.
By that point, it nullifies the
generally,
need
you don't use it,
for that gun at all.
I see. You generally don't use it. Well, I'll tell you what,
But
by
if it
default,
ends up-
I do have the shield on, and I use that motherfucking chain gun with the shield. Case closed.
If it does so happen that I'm switched to that weapon kind of thing, I don't immediately panic and go, "Oh shit, why do I have this terrible weapon on?" I just use it because it's got value.
Okay. That was you guys argued on two weapons that I'm bad at this game, so I use quite frequently. So I actually do like a lot of the semi-auto, like with the shotgun, because I'm an idiot, and the shield. Just
oh my god! Imagine. Hold on, I got to say one more thing before we conclude this argument. especially for someone that's on a newer level that's playing this game or having a hard time, the jump through the air when you can turn on that one attachment that lets you slow down time when you're in midair, that rotating shotgun is actually pretty dope.
You know, it's also awesome when you're slowing down shield in the air and shooting your shield out to blast someone in the face.
Stupid. You just look like an idiot floating through the air with a stupid shield.
You look like an idiot who's not taking damage.
Because I use both of these very frequently in my game, and because I'm not really good at it, I think both of you argued some really good points on why I shouldn't use these guns. I feel worse for having used them.
Everyone in this room is now a worse gamer.
My point was that his argument is that he doesn't use it. My argument is that you should use that. You should use the shield, especially if you're playing the harder.
My argument is that you have to use it because you're not good enough.
But both of you argued one thing that kind of stood out. You don't really use the shotgun that much. Like you even said you
super shotgun.
That's the unfortunate
and when
thing.
you skip over a specific gun, that does.
That's the thing. I never use the chain gun. I just happen to use the regular shotgun at the beginning of the game. From the start of getting the chain gun, I never use it.
Yeah. So I mean, I think I have to give it to Kenny just because you literally are skipping over the gun, and you're like, I'm not going to use this.
Fair enough.
Pretty much.
No, it's not fair enough. It's fair enough because you won.
I was trying to get
my argument was equally valid.
However, I'm gonna throw to you guys a quick 1 minute argument.
Yeah.
Super. You guys don't know about this,
Oh.
but I'm gonna go throw you a 1 quick minute argument. What is the best Doom Eternal weapon, and not the BFG? You can't use the BFG.
Super shotgun.
It's a super shotgun. Yeah. There's no debate.
So, I don't know much about it. I don't think I've ever gotten a super
is so
shotgun.
fun. Well, I mean, like the game is just so fun. Not only is it super fucking powerful, but it's also the biggest mobility.
You got you can chain yourself to the enemies in the middle of the air and just go flying towards them and blast them in the face. It's like
and you can release like midair kind of thing to just like fly across the arena kind of thing.
like
It's just
the
such a fun
weapon.
I really should have just chosen like 2 weapons with mods and had each of you choose one and argue why that one's better than the other.
Funny enough, that one doesn't have a
I was
mod.
going to ask because when we were talking in the text, you originally picked the plasma rifle with the other attachment.
The original thing that I chose when I was talking to Ryan about it was
gun.
the pin missile, because I almost never use the pin missile
pin
the
missile.
assault rifle or whatever.
Oh.
You don't even know what that is. That's
No.
how
I don't know the names of some of them.
The pin missile's like the pin missile. I think it's called the pin missile, but anyways, it's the alternative to the sniper rifle, basically.
Okay.
And I always have the sniper rifle equipped.
Yeah.
I've never equipped the pin missile.
Yeah.
I've seen. I watched my brother Isaac. You remember Isaac from 2 episodes ago?
Yeah.
I watched him play, and he was like actually using it. I was like, why the fuck are you using a worthless weapon? Like, what is wrong with you? But that's my same feeling about a couple of weapons in the game, including the chain gun. For me, the chain gun, I like I was just arguing, I don't ever use it. I don't ever equip it, kind of thing. So
you know what's the best? My go-to way to kill marauders, that's what they're called, right?
Marauders?
Is they bring their shield down, and you stun them once with the super shotgun, and then immediately switch to the chain gun and unload.
Okay.
And that's a really reliable way to kill them. Actually.
My best weapon in Doom Eternal is the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Because
it's pretty effective. What about the sword?
Yeah, the sword, the Unmaker.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you get that.
Is it called the Unmaker?
I thought the Unmaker was the other version of the BFG.
Oh, maybe you're right.
It starts with a V. I don't know. Reminds me of the Vorpal sword. But it's not
I mean, yeah, it eviscerates things. All right, so we do have.
I think the point is that we love that game.
Oh my
It's
God.
so good.
Replaying back through it, that game is solid.
You use the super shotgun more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really should, man. Get that super shotgun and play with it because you're gonna enjoy.
Also, I'm
yourself.
pretty sure, unless I'm mistaken, on the PC, you can re-macro those hotkeys.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's actually funny enough. What I did the first time I played through, or the last time I played through, was I moved the plasma rifle over to like key number 9 or something like that,
you got
and then
it
moved
way
everything
out of the
down
way.
one. Yeah, because really whatever I do, whenever I'm in the middle of combat and I'm like really getting in the rotation, it's the same 3 guns over and over again. It's the sniper shot, quick switch over to the rocket launcher, quick switch to the super shotgun, and then do a rotation on that. because you never have to reload.
When you kill creatures with a gun, do they drop that specific ammo? Is that how it works, or is it like you just randomly have to find
Chainsaws is what drops
Chainsaws the
ammo.
only way to get ammo. Yeah, unless it's
I
on the
thought
ground.
I thought like there was another way of getting ammo.
There's those one dudes.
This is
that
how
you
much
can
I know about Doom
There's one
Eternal.
dudes you can shoot in the head and they drop ammo. And I think there's actually like one of the mod things you can put on makes ammo drop from something from like frozen creatures. I think.
Oh, okay.
Like if you, I think that's it. When you level up a frost grenade, one of them can make it.
See,
so
that would make
ammo
sense
drop.
because like the fire gets you armor, so the ice should give you something.
My God, you're onto something.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, when you first asked the question, I was like, oh, I know exactly how to argue this. The fucking plasma rifle with that microwave beam. Because this is a game where you want to be moving around the whole time. I don't want to sit there with a fucking beam on this guy.
We can both very much agree that fucking weapon is useless.
And the fact that the only time you ever pull the damn thing out is those pain-in-the-ass shields to get rid of them. The gun by itself, it sucks. Yeah.
Although I do like the shotgun with the sticky grenades, just for those floating, eat like those giant floating ball things.
Yeah.
I just toss a grenade in their mouth.
Yeah.
Anyways,
All right.
Well, we do
we got
have
one more debate.
another debate.
oh man, you're going down this time.
Maybe
So
so.
this one is going to be interesting. This topic is, what is the best double jump in any game?
So I just assumed that with this one, it was just like pick the game that has a double jump in it and argue why the double jump is good, right? Is that the same direction?
or
you
why
went?
it's better than mine.
Let's
Why
find
it's
out.
the best double
So
jump.
Tim, why don't you lead us off? Best
I'm going to start this one off. I think I'm pretty confident on this one is Hollow Knight. And the reason why I'm choosing Hollow Knight on this one is that this game is fucking hard. And it's already a challenging, punishing game. And double jump is just somehow a survivability mechanic. It's not just a Metroidvania double jump to get you to new places. It helps you not die during bosses. I've read actually that you can do entire playthroughs of this game without the double jump, and that most of the areas that you can get to only with the double jump are optional areas. But as far as like getting better at the game and having a better time, a double jump is almost necessary. Like you figure out that you're not going that there's frames things that has to do with like invincibility frames with a double jump as well. So it's something that you can learn how to like utilize beyond just, normal, oh shit, that thing's coming after me, I should jump out of the way. But also it's your second chance. And that's what double jumps are all about, really. It's your second chance.
Hey, Kenny.
Okay, well, I think you just handed me this on a platter saying you can finish that game without the double jump, because I'll tell you when you can't finish a game or survive worth shit without the double jump is when you are the hunter in Destiny. And taking the double jump into a 3D open, like big world, first-person shooter game like that, with Destiny taking the gunplay from everyone loves the Halo series and how the guns felt in that. Bring that into Destiny. Bring the mobility into Destiny. Things like a fucking double jump that the Warlock and the Titan doesn't have. The fucking hunter, when you're in like a raid or a little dungeon or something where these other people are struggling with their floating and their stupid little jetpacks to get across these jumping puzzles, the hunter is the one who's the easiest fucking way. He has the best fucking mobility. Easy jump up again, double jump. You fucking clear this fucking jumping puzzle. Easy as shit.
So it makes the game less fun because you just vault over the challenging things.
No, it is a jumping puzzle.
No. What you just told me is that the jumping puzzle is no longer a puzzle. It's just this thing that this ability lets you bypass.
You're not bypassing it. You're accomplishing it easier because the double jump is assisting you. Like the same thing. It's accomplishing things.
It's holding
in your
your
game
hand
by
like a little
assisting
baby.
you.
No, it's not really assisting you.
Well, you could argue that exact same thing in your
Hollow Knight
game.
is not assisting you, okay? This is still a mechanic you need to learn. This is still a mechanic you need to learn how to take advantage of. It's not just a get out of jail free card. It's not just a get past puzzles
So
card.
you're telling me it's not making the game any easier?
It's
double
making
jump.
the game, actually, it's making it more strategic, I'd say, because now you've got an extra part of mobility you need to use in order to survive, okay? You become reliant on it.
Yeah, you need to use it in order to survive. That's the same thing you just argued against.
And you get the new abilities, you get the new
making it easier, and that's what the double jump does for every fucking game.
Also,
there's a double jump.
accessibility to areas that you haven't been before, not just areas you haven't been before, but hidden things that you've never seen before.
Ditto for
You wanna get
Destiny.
more of those? Is it really?
Absolutely. There's places in Destiny you can't reach
That
without
only the
double
hunter
jump.
can get?
No, the other classes can get it, but I'll tell you what.
Doesn't really sound necessary to me.
Well, you know what the hunter does have is an exotic item you put on that turns it into a fucking triple jump.
Actually, I think
Kenny,
I'm pretty
point
sure.
of order, we're not arguing triple
I'm
jumps.
actually
You're gonna say
fairly
that.
certain, but since you brought that up, I'm fairly certain there's an additional jump emblem that you can
Dear
put on in Hollow
God,
Knight as
we're
well.
not
my
arguing
God.
triple jumps.
Let's talk about the influence of double jump from Hollow Knight. I think, yeah, I think I mean, more mobility is nice, but in Hollow Knight, it becomes an actual like part of not just the gameplay exploration. It becomes part of combat. It becomes part of the jump puzzles. It doesn't necessarily. It gives you an oh shit button in jump puzzles, but it doesn't solve jump puzzles for you. The game is still there to challenge you. You just have this opportunity to go, fuck. Oh, thank God. I made it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
I just think that Destiny is one of the best feeling combat games I've ever played.
That's not what we're arguing right now.
Listen, no, I'm saying in a first person shooter capacity, absolutely.
I don't need to argue anymore. I'm done.
And the double jump in there is the best feeling jump. I mean, they nailed the gunplay, they nailed the double jump. The mobility in that game just feels great compared to any other first person shooter that has a double jump. I think Titanfall tried it. Doesn't feel like shit compared to Destiny's double jump. It's smooth as butter. You fly through the air. The other classes suck. The Hunter's awesome. Double jump all the way.
Oh, man. All right. Well, we have two arguments for a mechanic that is pretty basic to most games.
Yeah, but it's so beautiful.
So,
I should clarify right now, double jump is like my favorite mechanic.
That's why I knew you were going to say yes to it.
Game-wise.
that is our next debate. What is your favorite? This bleeds into... No, I'm just playing. So the double jump, so hearing from both sides, both argued literally almost the same exact thing. You gain access to areas that you normally wouldn't be able to gain access to. You are able to traverse places and solve puzzles with that. It's really difficult because I'm listening for why specifically in that game specifically, like taking double jump a mechanic away from every other game. Why does that matter at all?
Well, you can't finish the game without it. In mine, apparently you can in Hollow Knight. Bang!
Can't explore the entirety of the game in Hollow Knight. Part of the fun is exploration.
So I would say here's the problem I have with Destiny at the very least with a double jump is that it is a kind of a base mechanic that they allow, because like I know the other classes don't have a double jump, but they have a jetpack or something to offset that, which is base in the game itself for mobility. I don't consider it like a skill. It's just a mobility sake, and it's something that they just give to you as an option.
That is true.
And Hollow Knight is an acquired skill that you have to utilize within the context of the game and actually use it properly in order to kind of make your way through it. I could argue that you could probably get through Destiny without even doing a double jump either.
Like you would lose that argument, but okay.
Maybe.
If you had a jetpack?
If you had a jetpack. Because
If you had a jetpack, sure. We're talking double jump here, man.
Yeah, exactly. So I think for me, it has to go to Tim. But I want to say that I hated this argument because they both were the same.
Oh my God, I love that argument. That was so good.
We were trying to get Sim to say yes to something, so I was like, I know what he's going to say yes to.
Yeah, best
double jump.
I still had to think about it, but I liked Hollow Knight.
I like how much, because Kenny didn't even send his until like today about like what his answer was.
I was thinking about it more. You know
he was thinking way too much about a double jump.
Maybe you don't think enough about double jumps, Ryan, and that's the problem.
I considered Sekiro because the double jump in Sekiro is actually in combat, and you can like bounce off of someone's head with a double jump and stun them, and it's really awesome. But other than that, they're not really. It's not really in the rest of the game.
See, I was kind of hoping you guys were going to go for like a context of like. Say Celeste. Castlevania or something. When you double jump in there, you turn into a bat or something when you fly up or something. Like something cool and unique when you double jump. Because like everything a double jump is just two lateral movements.
We don't need something cool.
I don't know, like Celeste. How important is a double jump?
It's the whole game.
Yeah, that's the whole game.
Oh, goddamn game.
Why didn't anyone say Celeste?
As opposed to Hollow Knight, which you could beat without it, apparently.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. You guys, we debated.
I'm all right with that. I've won twice today.
You have won twice today. Well, now you have a chance to win one more again.
Okay, we are going to move on to a brand new game from Tim, which is titled
Getting to Know Elite Gamer.
Oh, okay.
So this one's a little different. Okay, usually we're at each other's throats, like really trying. This time, This one's for the fans.
This is for the fans.
So some of these answers, some of these questions are going to seem a little bit more obvious kind of thing, which is like, well, clearly we know that about each other already, but this is for people to get to know us as gamers, okay?
Yeah.
So here's what I did, fans. I'm going to go ahead and tell you first and foremost. What's up? You got a question?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Looks like you
listening
did. Okay,
intently.
cool. All right.
Kenny already?
I sent a little survey over to Ryan and Kenny and got a bunch of answers back, and then I formulated some questions out of them, basically. And then also I answered the questions for myself. So I'm going to have Ryan answer a question about Kenny.
Okay.
Kenny answer a question about Ryan. No. And then the two of them are going to work together or separately to answer a question about me.
Hey.
So the points will come from each other and from if you guys answer differently about me.
The points were in us all along.
But the big thing is at the end of this, you're going to get to know your Leet gamers a lot better. So
Yo.
I got a whole bunch of questions. So let's go through them. Why not? Yeah.
I think I get it. I kind of get it, but I'll get it more when we start doing it.
So it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. I'm going to guide throughout this entire thing. So Ryan,
Yeah.
here's the first question of the game. Getting to know a Leet gamer.
Okay.
Getting to know a Leet gamer.
Getting to know a Leet gamer. They're your
Shut up.
friends.
Which of these is not on Kenny's top 5 games of all time? Last of Us, Bloodborne, Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild is correct.
Yeah.
Ryan with 1 point. See? There we go.
I couldn't remember. It would probably be like 6 or 7.
Yeah, there's some on here that like the answers are going to sound pretty close, but they're just like just different from what you said. And maybe
I put I won't say it in case I do have another game in there. Yeah, okay.
all right, so Kenny,
Okay.
which of these is not on Ryan's top 5 games of all time?
Okay.
Mario 64, Pokemon Red and Blue, Mass Effect 2.
I don't. I don't know how much he likes Pokemon. I'm leaning towards Pokemon, but I think I'm gonna say Mario 64.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was Pokemon Red and Blue.
You don't know me at all.
Well, now we're getting to know each other as
You
well.
you like Pokemon games, though, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
I just, it's not my top 5.
Gotcha.
It should be noted, maybe listeners don't know this, is that I'm the man in the middle here between Ryan and Kenny. They've both known me longer than they've known each other. So
Correct.
this is also a learning experience for them.
Yeah.
We're growing.
But fast friends, So, okay, you gentlemen both have to either decide or disagree on this answer. Which of these is not on my top 5 of all times?
Okay.
Super Metroid, GTA 5, Mario Odyssey.
GTA 5.
I would say GTA 5.
Yeah, GTA 5.
Correctamundo.
All right, there you go.
Okay, so that's
Easy
actually, I'm going
peasy,
to call that
lemon
0
squeezy.
points because,
Yeah.
they kind of offset each other. So there we go. That was the first category, and we're done. And that's how it's going to go.
Okay.
Cool.
I like
Here we
it.
go.
All right, Ryan's up so far with 1 point over Kenny.
How dare you not?
I'm going with my instinct.
Okay, so for this one, we'll go with Ryan first. We'll just keep going. So for Ryan, when Kenny is not playing games, sleeping, eating, or working, he is least likely to be doing what of these 4 things? Now, I should clarify with this one. He does all 4 of these things. It's just one he does the least.
Gotcha.
Okay? Okay. Playing drums, hitting the gym, recording music, editing podcasts.
Does the least?
Does the least. Does them all, but does one the least.
He does them all, man. I think it's
Funny enough, this answer changes week to week.
I think though it's recording music.
No, I'm sorry. This week it is hitting the gym.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kenny, you need to get your ass over here and
the last month, that is definitely the answer.
Kenny, I was giving you the benefit.
I didn't want to say you don't hit the gym. All right,
I
Kenny.
didn't want to say anything.
When Ryan is not playing games, sleeping, eating, or working, he is least likely to be board gaming, disc golfing, craft beer drinking, and hiking.
Say that one more time.
When Ryan is not playing games, sleeping, eating, or working, he is least likely to be board gaming, disc golfing, craft beer drinking, and hiking.
I'll keep on the same train and say hiking.
I'm sorry. Craft beer drinking. Ryan said he likes to
That
hike.
was my other answer.
His first answer was video games because he misread the question.
I actually want to give Kenny that because I think I am least likely to do hiking over craft beer drinking. I did think about that as a thing that I could be doing. So yes, Kenny, you get the point.
Fair enough.
For
that works. Now we're all getting to know these league gamers. It's pretty good. Okay, when Tim, myself, is not playing video games, sleeping, eating, or working, he is least likely to be disc golfing, woodworking, cooking, and getting together with friends.
I would say
That's sad if it's the last one, but it may be true.
no. Well,
You guys don't have to answer the same. You can
it's
go with your guts.
It's either friends or woodworking, right?
He does wood. He does a lot of woodworking
Does he?
now.
I don't like that much more than he goes and hangs out with people.
I don't know. Do you want to do woodworking?
I would lean towards woodworking.
All right, woodworking.
You're both going woodworking?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're both correct.
All right.
All right. It's been hot. I usually would work, but it's been hot as hell, and I don't want to go out in my garage and work.
And that's why I don't go disc golfing.
That's why I don't work out.
And that's how we got to know each other.
All right. We're going on to the next
heat.
question. Yeah, this is fun. This is good. Everybody's getting to know it. Okay. Ryan, true or false, Kenny's favorite game soundtrack is Mega Man 2.
That is false. It's Isaac's.
It is false, but and it might be Isaac's, but Kenny's is Mega Man 3.
Oh, trick question.
Trick question. It's close. Yeah. So good.
Is
good
it
job.
Snake
You got that
Man's
one right.
theme? Because that's my jam.
I love Snake Man, but my two favorites are probably Magnet Man and Shadow Man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Those are bang. God dang, that
really good,
series
yeah.
has good music.
Okay, Kenny, true or false? Ryan's favorite game soundtrack is Final Fantasy VII. Let's go with the gut here, bud.
Yes.
That is correct.
Okay.
Correct. He is right.
I was thinking back to when he rated all those games and trying to remember what he gave original Final
If
Fantasy
I
VII.
could,
Yeah.
like, if it was an all-encompassing series, I would say Legend of Zelda. This is my favorite,
Sure.
but like it includes like all the music
yeah.
from every game,
Right.
not just one particular.
Okay, true or false? Tim's favorite, that's me. Tim's favorite game soundtrack is Final Fantasy VI.
It's Chrono Trigger.
It's
right?
Chrono Trigger.
False.
Correct. It is Chrono Trigger, but I also put on here because I almost put favorite as Doom 2016.
Oh, that's really good.
But it's
yeah.
kind of
That is
true.
such a banger.
Because
oh my
I think
God.
they're both my favorite. Just depends on the mood. But yes, definitely Chrono Trigger is
I
totally
forgot
there.
how good that soundtrack and Doom Eternal has a really good soundtrack too.
It's not as memorable.
But
it's not as
2016, I remember going, "Holy crap!"
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious.
That's one of those soundtracks that does motivate you in the game to like
for
really
sure.
wreck stuff up.
Oh yeah, you just get that like adrenaline rush kind of thing, and then suddenly like BFG Division starts
That's
playing.
one
and
thing
you're
I
like,
like. Like when a game can give you music that you're like, "Oh man, I'm like really feeling this right now." Yeah.
Okay, so here these three questions are pretty similar. Okay, by default, Ryan, when Kenny starts a platformer, he sets the difficulty to easy, medium, or hard.
Hard.
Medium.
Oh.
Sorry. By default,
Usually
when,
on Ratchet, I turned it up because it was too easy. But usually,
You threw me for a loop.
by default, when Kenny starts a shooter, he sets the difficulty to easy, medium, or hard.
Hard.
Sorry, Ryan. Wow, buddy. And then lastly, by default, when Kenny's... And then we're talking generally speaking.
the
I mean, of
keyword
course,
is starts because I replay stuff on hard
All right,
the second
medium
time
for
around.
all three.
Well,
All right,
I don't
by
know.
default, when Kenny starts an open world RPG, he sets the difficulty to easy, medium, or hard.
medium.
It's hard.
Weird.
Yeah, I am weird. That's what I do.
All right.
Well,
So you
the rationale
start.
there is that open worlds are big, long games, so I'm not going to play them a second time pretty soon after. You know what I mean? So
That
I
makes
don't know.
good sense.
I'm actually learning.
See,
you on that.
we're learning about each other.
Okay.
And yeah, you're getting to know the lead
Okay, there
gamer.
you go.
So, Kenny, by default, when Ryan starts a platformer, what difficulty does he set it to?
I'm going to go normal for all three of these.
Kenny gets 3 points. Okay. Gentlemen, by default, when I start a platformer, I set the difficulty to easy, medium, or hard.
Medium, right?
Yeah, medium.
Medium.
Hard.
Oh,
Come
okay.
on, guys. I like platformers. I play them on hard
Well, like
until
I
I
said, it
learn my
depends
lesson.
on the platformer. On
Yeah.
Ratchet, I put it on hard. Just 'cause
Generally
it's-
speaking,
yeah.
I'll go hard.
I mean, but he technically put it on hard on a platformer.
So by default, when I start a shooter, I set the difficulty in easy, medium, or hard.
Okay, so I feel like that's medium, and then he ratcheted it up like after
Yeah, medium.
medium.
Sorry, I started on hard. I generally do the opposite. I see if I'm in over my head with
The
hard.
problem with comparing it to Doom is
Yeah.
like there's not really a medium. It's like it
Boy,
there's
oh
like
boy, it
10,
depends on which Doom you're talking
there's like
about.
10. Well, Eternal. There's like 10 different difficulties.
Yeah.
It's like
It's kind of a medium. It's ultra violence, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know.
and open.
ultraviolence. Now, ultraviolence is hard. Hurt Me Plenty is medium.
Oh, okay, you're
Yeah.
right. Ultra violence, nightmare, ultra nightmare.
Okay,
Yeah,
by default, when I start an open world RPG, I set the difficulty easy, medium, or hard.
Do we follow the same logic you have, where he starts it hard because it's so long?
I would
Just
think.
heard what I just said.
giggity,
I would
giggity.
think on Fallout, like a Fallout, he would play on hard. I think.
So hard.
Yeah, hard.
Both agreeing hard?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Man. No, I actually didn't generally start those on medium because here's my with big open world RPGs. I generally tend to think that the developers have developed this world and created this world, and their average experience is exactly what they want you to play.
Yep,
through.
and that's why I put medium on everything, because that's what the developers intended.
Right. Yeah. But that's the thing when it comes to shooters. I think a lot of times their intention is that people are going to play it on harder, like that, or that the developers intend that people will play this on a higher difficulty.
Yep.
All right. So next category. Ooh, that was a rough one. Kenny got a lot of points though.
I'm pretty. Yeah, that was.
Well, the key there is a lot of platforms I will turn up to
I feel
hard,
like
but I
that was
start on medium.
I feel like that was a gimme for me.
All right, Ryan.
All right.
Kenny once marathoned playing Destiny. About how long did he play? 12 hours, 15 hours, or 18 hours? Go with the gut here, guys. Come on. These are not big thinkers.
15.
That is correct.
Yeah, I was 3 less than what I thought was ridiculous already.
It was the release of the second raid, I think.
Okay,
The Crota
yeah.
Okay.
raid. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was here.
Wow.
Yeah, I played a bunch in my room. I played a bunch down here in the living room. And there was more than 6 people that were there with me the whole time, cycling in and out to try the raid.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, Kenny, Ryan once marathoned playing Destiny 2. About how long did he play? 6 hours, 8 hours, or 10 hours?
Amateur.
My idea of
Yeah, I know.
my idea of playing a really long time is about 2 hours.
I wouldn't
and
even have
go,
thought that
"Whoa."
you marathon that at all because I didn't think you liked it that much. But
Oh no, I was really into the doing any of the raids. The raids are fun as hell.
yeah, they're awesome. I'll go with the middle. Was it 8? The middle one?
That is, yeah, you're going with 8?
Yeah. Damn it.
Yeah, afraid not. That was 6 hours.
Oh.
6 hours.
That
That's
was
his
close.
idea of marathoning.
That was
6
close.
hours.
I'm not joking. Like if I go 2 hours playing a game, I'm like I've played too long.
Fair.
it
Okay.
down.
Well, I once marathon playing Mario Odyssey. About how long did I play? 12, 15, or 18 hours.
Wow. When Mario, I would have thought that WoW would be your longest one with Isaac back in the day you were talking.
No, even those, it would like the max would probably be like 6 to 8 hours.
I would honestly think
A Ryan marathon, I like to call it.
I would think that because Tim gets a lot of distractions and stuff his way. I'd say 12 hours because he would probably be like in between doing things.
12 was the lowest one?
Yep.
That's crazy. Okay, yeah, 12.
You guys are correct.
All right.
Yeah.
And were you distracted by having to do other stuff?
No, but I did do that like 2 or 3 days in a row, and I'll tell you, depression is a hell of a thing.
Cocaine's a hell
I'm
of a drug.
sorry. I brought up a sore subject.
But yeah, sometimes you just wake up and you're like, man, all I want to do is just zone out and play a fucking game. And
Honestly,
that's what happened
those
with
are
Odyssey.
the
And it made
best
me feel
fucking
good.
days.
I have no
Those are
idea
the-
what that's like.
None of our listeners would ever understand that.
Oh man, I love just being like, okay, this is my goal. I want to beat this game.
All right, we're going on to the next round.
I'm usually working out instead.
Kenny
know
is in the lead with 5 points. Ryan with 3. Okay. I remember you guys have gotten a lot right. I've just offsetted all the ones you got right together. So, all right. Ryan, true or false? Kenny once stood in line for over an hour to get his copy of Red Dead Redemption.
I'm gonna say false on that.
That is true.
I thought he would have gotten the digital.
It was 2, wasn't it? Didn't I say Red Dead 2?
Word wrap my word wrap wasn't working. Red what 2? Yeah, sorry. I fucked up.
Well,
Would that have changed it? Probably
actually,
not.
maybe because Red Dead Redemption 1.
Okay. We'll say this instead.
Nah, that's fine.
True
I
or
lost
false?
that point.
Kenny once stood in line for over an hour to get his copy of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Well, we already got the answer.
Well, no, you didn't.
Oh, then
I was just correcting which game it was.
Oh, yes.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Well done.
No, because
Hey,
you
you
said
got it.
at when I said
No, you got it. Congratulations on that
Oh,
point.
that's true. Yeah, you did figure that out. We're idiots. Whatever.
True or false? Ryan once stood in line for over an hour to get his copy of Halo 2.
I think the question was, what was the longest you spent in line? So I'll go ahead and say yeah.
That is true.
All right,
That is
there you
true.
go.
He did it. He did it.
He did.
Yeah.
True or false? Once I stood in line for over an hour to get my copy of World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King.
I think he stopped at the Burning
Crusades?
Crusades, so no.
No.
False.
Correct. It was Burning Crusade. It was in college.
Good thing you know the order of WoW things. 'Cause I wouldn't have.
Well,
done.
that Wrath of the Lich King is the third one, yeah.
You guys are really getting to know Elite Gamers right now. Congratulations, you people. All right, next one. One of the mobile games Kenny got into the most, Ryan, was Elder Scrolls Legend, Hearthstone, or Fallout Shelter.
I don't know if you're much of a card gamer, but for some reason my gut says Hearthstone.
Elder Scrolls Legend.
Didn't you hear my
Why-
passion for Gwent?
Why would I think it was anything else, actually, now that I think about it?
I like that game way
Did
more
you
than
really
Hearthstone.
like that game?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God. I
That-
tried that out for like an
I
hour.
don't know. That
It's
one and
like,
Gwent,
nope.
I enjoyed both that and Gwent more than Hearthstone. But I did like Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Kenny, one of the mobile games Ryan got into the most was Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, Plants vs. Zombies, Rise of Kingdoms.
Rise of Kingdom just sounds like a really generic, crappy mobile game. I wonder if it's I don't know.
There's so many.
There are a lot of those out there.
Raid,
I'm
Shadow
going to
Legend.
go with the Dragon Ball one.
Sorry, it was Plants vs. Zombies.
Yeah, I don't play a lot of mobile games.
Yeah, me neither.
Yes. I've only played a few,
Yeah.
but some I've
You know
gotten
what's
really
have you
into.
played What the Golf?
Oh, that's
Not
a
on
great-
mobile.
Oh, you played it though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
That was on the Switch, and it was fantastic.
I'm sorry. No, I'm getting it confused with Adult Swim's golf game.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah.
Or was that a pool game?
what the golf?
really
The
high.
concept is like you're
golfing with a bunch of things as balls.
Oh,
like a
yeah.
cow,
No, I've
or
missed
like,
I never
it
played
is
that.
the.
It's fun, man.
gotta
It's
try
really
that
good.
out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, one of the mobile games I got into the most was Puzzles and Dragons, Heroes Charge, Crashlands.
Never heard of any of
I
them.
feel like Puzzles and Dragons because it's like a puzzly game. He likes puzzles.
If you've heard of it, then I'll agree. with
Puzzles
you.
and Dragons.
Yeah, that one.
No.
Damn it.
Sorry. It was Heroes Charge. Hey, remember that time your brother came down for his bachelor party and we went to that strip club?
Yeah.
I was playing Heroes Charge.
At the strip club?
At the strip club. Because I was not in the mood to get a lap dance and everybody else was off getting lap dances and I just wanted to play my mobile games. I was playing Heroes Charge at the strip club.
The stripper grinding on you. You're like, I'm hero
thank
charging
you.
right now.
No, thank you, ma'am. I'm
No,
about to
thank
level
you.
up.
I'm about to get to level 16 and unlock the Sword of 1,000s.
Oh, man. All right, Ryan.
Okay.
When Kenny has to choose at the start of a game between warrior, rogue, and wizard, what is he most likely to choose?
Because he said he's a hunter in Destiny. It has to be rogue.
That is correct.
There you go. Good
Yeah.
logic there.
Good. All right.
I would be
Kenny.
so upset if you're like, well, wizard, of course, and I'm going to go, oh, so you like the warlock class?
I
then.
do like playing the wizards classes,
You're a
but
wizard,
I usually
Kenny.
do rogue first.
Okay, Kenny. When Ryan has to choose at the start of a game between warrior, rogue, and wizard, what is it he most likely to choose?
Ooh. I don't know if I have anything to base this answer on other than the fact that he just seems like a warrior guy. Damn it.
He's a wizard.
I'm weak and feeble, but
He's a wizard,
spells.
Kenny.
I
When
love the
I
wizards.
have to choose at the start of the game between warrior, rogue, and
Warrior,
wizard,
warrior,
what am I most
warrior,
likely to
warrior.
choose?
Wait a minute.
Warrior,
Wait. I've seen
warrior,
him start a game like Dragon Age Inquisition a couple times. and
Warrior,
neither
warrior,
time did he do warrior.
warrior.
Nor does he in WoW. Why do you say that?
I 100% believe it's warrior.
I'm gonna say warrior by his confidence.
Warrior.
You're both wrong.
Oh, no.
See, I knew it.
You guys don't have to agree on these answers. You know that, right? This is
He
part of the
seems so
game.
confident.
You're allowed to disagree.
I know that, but I like I said, I was doing it based on his confidence.
Oh, wizard.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I like casting spells. I generally think that spells that a lot of games that have that kind of option have something specially unique about
I
wizards.
remember you doing that in Dragon Age, South Park as well.
Oh, yeah.
South Park. Yeah,
I was-
Oh, man. I was so sure it was warrior.
when you tried Divinity. Did
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Generally, I go with wizard first. and
I did it to trick you.
You seem
Kenny.
like you knew something I didn't.
I
my
made
trap
us
card.
both fall.
Warrior.
You've unlocked my trap card.
So we got a couple more here. So at this is a tough one because there's a lot of.
Okay.
Well, this one's specifically tough because there's a lot of possibilities.
Okay.
At the start of the game, Ryan, between strength, dexterity, charisma, and intelligence, Kenny is likely to pick which two stats?
So it's going to be dexterity because he likes rogues.
Strength, dex, charisma, and intelligence.
It's going to be dex. Don't think he's charisma. Intelligence, maybe, because he wants to maybe have some spell casting. And strength potentially for more damage. I'll do dex and strength. Okay.
So it was strength and intelligence. Now here's how.
Interesting.
Should I give a half a point? You want
There's
a half point?
there's a bunch of reasons for this.
Interesting.
Hold on. Let's go back to the
Okay,
second.
yeah.
Should I give a half a point for that?
Why?
You got one. You got strength.
Yeah, it's a hard thing to
There we
do
go.
too. Sure, yeah. So there's a couple different games you can think about here. Fallout, strength gives you, and other games give you carry weight.
Yeah.
I need carry weight.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Int is magic in Dark Souls.
Okay.
It's magic in a lot of games, right?
I should probably have thought about
So-
the games he typically plays.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
uses.
yeah.
'Cause,
So-
like
That's tough.
a rogue player will always go dex for what
Yeah,
they need for
and
like
Dex-
usually it's for like distance damage stuff like that.
And Dex does give you better with Int in the Souls games, but I just like overall. I think I do strength more just for carry
it was
weight.
a mixture of your Fallout love and your Dark Souls love,
Yeah.
and I got the Fallout love.
Warrior.
Warrior.
Okay, Kenny. At the start of the game, between strength, dex, charisma, and intelligence, Ryan is likely to pick which two stats?
I know one of them is charisma because I recall an earlier conversation about how he loved picking charisma. So
Yes,
I will
say that at the start of every one of our podcasts.
I will say
Being the most charismatic,
I'm the most
charismatic member
charismatic
of
of us all.
the Leetist podcast.
and I'll mix that with his wizard picking and say charisma intelligence.
That is absolutely
Yeah.
right. You got both of them correct on that one. Congratulations.
And getting charisma all the way up in New Vegas.
Yeah, that's why I remembered that. Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
All right. So at the start of the game, between strength, dexterity, charisma, and intelligence,
Warrior.
Tim is most likely to pick which two stats?
Strength and strength.
Strength twice.
I don't.
I have no
I think
idea.
charisma. I think intelligence. He may have
He might have done the same intelligence
He may have
charisma
done the same
since
thing.
he likes the wizard.
But let's both agree to this.
But it also depends on what games he was thinking, because like I said, I was thinking Fallout, carry weight.
yeah. I think intelligence for sure.
I think
That
charisma
bleeds into a lot for what he likes. So intelligence, and
So
I
does
think
charisma.
offers like a lot of options for dialogue, which he likes as well. So I'd say intelligence. And
that's
charisma.
my instinct as well.
Yeah.
We're gonna agree.
Charisma, intelligence.
Yeah.
You both get half a point.
Oh, okay.
Charisma and dexterity.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
like
usually
that.
end up liking stealthing quite a bit, and you need that dex to do that, that agility or whatever that
Gotcha.
stat is, kind of thing. That ends up being
That's
my
an
bag.
interesting combo.
I might have thought of that if I thought of
And
Skyrim.
charisma's always good.
Yep.
And then also,
Dude,
if we're talking
seriously.
about D&D for a second here, I mean,
Yeah.
charisma and dexterity are two badass
Yeah.
stats.
And I know you loved backstabbing in Skyrim, so
That is true. My first
I
playthrough of
should've
Skyrim was
thought
very
about
dexy.
that.
I should have thought of that too. But
Oh man, yeah.
Okay. True or false, Ryan? Kenny tends to rely on Angry Centaur Gaming the most for game critique.
False.
Correct. Kenny, who do you rely on the most for your game critique?
the ones that I always agree with the most are easy allies.
There we go.
Yeah, I know he has talked about Easy
Yeah.
Allies several times.
Okay, well, Kenny, true or false? Ryan tends to rely on Ben Hansen for game critique.
That's true.
That is true.
Yeah, I remember Game Informer, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's fantastic.
Hey
He
guys,
is
true
really
or false?
good.
I tend to rely on Donkey for most of my game critique.
True.
That's true.
And
I'll go ahead and throw it in there.
And when Donkey's being like legit about something too, like he really is.
He is
spot
fucking
on.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is really erudite.
His comedy sense and timing is just so
Oh, it's
goddamn
brilliant.
good.
Yeah. And besides that, too, I mean, I don't always agree with him on
Yeah.
games, but he also released a video. He's like, hey, you don't have to agree with your favorite critics. In
Yeah.
fact, part of like liking a critic is developing like a rapport and like understanding what they do and don't like, because that can help like strengthen how you think you might feel about a game.
I
was like, that makes a lot of fucking sense.
I would also like to give a shout out to ACG. I don't know if anyone's ever watched their videos, but ACG, they do like they go through a really in-depth review of a game, and then instead of like giving it a point scale system, it's just like buy it, rent it, wait for deep sale. Like he gives it a ranking like that, but he gives a very in-depth analysis. Like even going through when you're playing on PC, you have these options here, which actually helps with this and that. Like it is in very in-depth review. And
okay,
he's fantastic.
Should check it out. Yeah, I watched a little bit of his videos today when I was like, does this sound like a realistic
He's
answer?
really good. He's really
and
good.
the fact that the videos were a little bit longer, I thought maybe that would make you think, oh, that might be true for Kenny. Because Kenny can watch the fuck. Kenny sends me links for 3-hour-long videos and says, hey, watch this. It's hilarious.
But I always give you a timestamp. I say, watch this couple minutes.
You only started doing that after I said, stop sending me 3-hour-long videos and saying, watch this. It's hilarious.
I don't recall that. But I'd also like to give a shout out to the McElroys and Kind of Funny.
Yeah, for sure. And I'd like to give a shout out to Stamps.com.
Stamps.com, where stamps go to die because digital reigns supreme.
No, that's not going to help us.
Oh, sorry. Buy more stamps. Physical letters for life.
I got one more, guys. One more.
And girlfriend reviews.
All right. Yeah, girlfriend. Okay, never mind. We can do this on. We'll talk about critics some other time.
Wow, maybe we were way off with our choices.
All right, so last category. Ryan, how many consoles has Kenny owned, including one PC? So we're doing PC just one.
Yeah.
Okay. 8, 12, or 16?
And it's so by the definition of owning, it was he purchased or just he had in his house.
So we had a discussion about this, and I wanted to clarify here. This was pretty much Kenny's consoles. Like whether parents got it for him or he got it for himself, or parents got it for the whole family, but it was mostly his because he was the big brother.
Also, with the word console, I did not include handheld.
Okay, perfect. Okay, good. All right.
Oh yeah, handhelds. Yeah, I didn't either.
I'm gonna.
I don't think you did.
Console means console, right? Yeah.
I didn't. 8 is what I'm gonna go with.
Sorry, 16.
Yeah,
That's not a lot of consoles. Yeah,
I could go through them. I counted them. I mean,
I'm sure you could. Ryan.
Yeah, we don't have to do that.
Kenny. No, do you want to try?
I mean, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, GameCube, 64. That's 10. What am I missing here? PlayStation 4, Wii. PlayStation 4, Wii, PlayStation 5.
So basically every
three
console.
more. I mean,
yeah.
Basically every console from the 1985s on.
I never had a Dreamcast or a Saturn.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I didn't either, man.
What is wrong?
We'll go over that in a
both
second,
of
though.
you
Okay, so Kenny.
Yeah.
That being said,
Yeah.
how many consoles has Ryan owned, including one PC?
See, I thought yours was going to be way higher than mine because of all the fucking random
10,
weird consoles you know.
15, or 20?
My instinct would be to say 20 because of all the random consoles that he knew when we were playing those games. Like,
No, the random consoles he Googled.
yeah, but there were some that he knew that I've never even heard of, and he said, "Oh, I owned that." So I was like, "Oh."
I think it was literally just the Dreamcast. It's the only
there was
one you
more.
guys didn't know.
All right, I'll go with. From his shock at mine being 16, I'll say 10.
Correct.
All right.
That is correct.
How dare you use my reactions?
All right. I'm gonna say that you guys have to disagree in order for somebody who's losing right now to win.
Okay. I forgot
on this one. Okay.
We're not tied, though, are we?
You are not tied, but in order to not lose horribly, one of you has to disagree with
Pretty
the
sure
other.
Kenny has it, so.
How many consoles has Tim owned, including one PC, 8, 12, or 16? Remember, I had an older brother who had consoles that I did not technically have. He had 8, 12, or 16.
But we can't choose the same one?
Go ahead. I'll pick second.
8.
I'll say 12.
Kenny is correct with
All
12.
right.
I don't know my Leet gamers.
Kenny won the Getting to Know Elite Gamer with 8
Kenny.
points.
You
Ryan got
know
5.5 points.
But the important thing was the journey.
Yeah,
I
the
feel
journey.
like everyone now knows us a little bit better.
Yeah.
Getting
Nice.
to
That was-
know your Leet gamers.
Yeah, I was trying to go through the consoles in my head, and our house had an Atari 400 kind of thing. The kids had the Nintendo, the kids had the Super Nintendo, the kids had the Nintendo 64, and the kids had the Virtual Boy.
We had the Commodore 64, but like it was the family thing, so I didn't count that.
Well, when it came down to it, Isaac owned the PlayStation, Isaac owned the Xbox, and I never owned a PS3. I skipped the PS3.
Well, I had a brother and a
I
sister.
got so close to not getting a PS3, but like at the very tail end of the PS3 era, because they were so cheap, I was like,
my mom bought me one the year I moved here to Nashville.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
the PS3.
Is it going away present?
Kind of. It was a couple weeks after I got here, but it was awesome.
And I got the one that was like the weird smaller PS3 one.
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah,
was actually
After seeing the size of the PS3,
the toaster or whatever you want to call it. My God,
What's a booba?
PlayStation,
Not as big as the PS5 that's upstairs on my table.
PlayStation, man. I mean, like it's so funny because you go from like a gray box that was like, okay, yeah, looks like a console, to the PS2, which was like, what? And then the PS3 was even more confusing. PS4.
I like the way the PS4 looks. I like the way the PS5 looks, honestly.
Yeah,
It's
but then they
futuristic.
stopped giving a crap about how you know where the button is to eject.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know on the PS5.
Oh, really?
I hit both buttons to get rid of Ratchet and Clank out of my
think
console before bringing it over, and one of them turned it off, and I'm like, well, fine, I guess it's the other one. I didn't want this to come out.
Yeah, I had a brother and sister, and every console we got for Christmas was given to me, even though it was kind of shared, but it was like mine. So I was. The console guy.
I remember the PlayStation, or not the Super Nintendo was technically the whole family's, but I got it for me, or my folks got it for me for my birthday, and they hid it somewhere in the house, and it was like a scavenger hunt, and you had to go find it or whatever, and they put it under their bed. It was like the laziest thing. Like they were like had all these clues and like things to kind of figure it out, and I just went under the bed. I'm like, oh, there it is. Yeah. I was like, hey, I'm gonna play Mario World.
Our house got a Super Nintendo just about when Isaac started getting into women. As a teenager, like it started off kind of both our system. We played, some game, a lot of Mario Kart together, but then then he started talking to chicks. And that was it.
It's over.
I got to play all the cool games. I tie a lot of because I was a real young man. I tie a lot of soundtracks, not soundtracks, like albums, like music albums, to specific games because I would listen to them like on repeat while playing whatever game was out at the time.
I remember playing Nirvana's Nevermind along to Road Rash on Sega.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
That's funny. Yoshi's Story is Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill.
Oh, yeah, that was another one around.
Donkey Kong Country was Metallica's One.
Nice.
Yeah, when they added that soundtrack into it, I wasn't really. I was a little
Didn't
concerned.
match really, but
my God, but
know.
they knew what they were doing.
I can also remember just sitting in my room with my brother because it was his. I think this wasn't PlayStation. This must have been PlayStation 2. Just sitting in the room with my brother, and we would turn on talk radio on Vice City. And then just listen to Vice
that was
City
fun.
talk radio. We wouldn't even play the game. We just listened to the talk radio.
Yeah, I mean, there was some charm to how those older games kind of played out.
Oh, for sure.
And,
for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think that for me, like it was mainly me and my brother, right? So we shared majority of our time with the consoles. My sister didn't give two shits about the any of the consoles, except for she liked the PlayStation. She liked to play Crash Bandicoot. So
my mom loved Hudson's Adventure Island on NES. That was like the one game she loved. And then later she did
get on Hudson's Adventure Island.
Later she did like Donkey Kong Country, but those are like her only two games.
Kenny, I gotta get on the Hudson's.
That's amazing.
Fire up the Hudsons.
The Hudson. How do you program this?
For the record, my mom did not sound like that.
Pour me a drink and fire up the Hudsons.
Kenny, get your mother a scotch, from the good can.
From the good can. Oh man! So yeah, Kenny, you had 3 wins today.
Yes, thank you.
I had a very fortunate win with one single one, but otherwise,
I am a goose egg again. But that's okay.
Had some wild debates.
yeah.
We figured out what the best double jump is. We figured out what the second. Well, I'm not even going to go through that again. But,
You got to know your Leet gamers.
Yeah, you got to.
If you want to send us a ridiculous debate topic like the one we did today, or your own games you can make up, trivia questions, come up with your own stuff. Send it to TheLeetistPod@gmail.com or tweet us anytime at TheLeetist on Twitter. That's going to wrap it for today. We're going to get out of here and turn the air conditioning back on because it's pretty hot here. We'll catch you next week on The Leetist.
So long. Bye.